Prime Day is coming July 16th and 17th. With epic deals exclusively for Prime members, you'll feel like a winner.
Behind door number 3 is amazing deals.
Shop deals on electronics, home, and more this Prime Day.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Are you an Indiana resident looking to learn new skills and grow in your career? One Stop to Start has all the career resources you need to succeed. Explore training programs, education opportunities, and more. Plus, connect with a career navigator who can help match you with the right opportunities for your goals. Visit onestoptostart.in.gov today.
Batter up for a night of epic fun at the Paley Museum's MLB Home Run Derby Watch and Gaming Party on July 15th. Watch the Home Run Derby on the big screen, compete for the most virtual home runs, win prizes, and more. Don't miss the Home Run Derby at the Paley Museum, July 15th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets at paleymuseum.org.
by the book that I wrote, or all the words that we spoke, yet only with our eyes. Now is the time to choose. Somebody wins and some lose. I can see through your disguise. Lay it down, hope for something better. Looking at the clouds, deciphering the weather. You can't keep this up. The lies are just too much. Kick back, start another fire. Looking at the clouds, making shapes that you admire. And you can't stop it now, 'cause you don't know how. And you can't stop it now.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to coverage on Elevated Esports as we get you ready for the Street Stock events that are about to take place. Street Stocks, Mini Stocks, and then the Thunder Road Harley Davidson Virtual AI 200 here this Friday evening. I'm Wesley Outland. Of course, Cody Deemers is alongside. South Boston Speedway is our location. And again, Cody, we're ready to see what goes down here for this virtual event in preparation of the real show that's going down tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. And I was actually just looking at some stuff, and I seen Lee Pulliam, one of the best to do anything at this racetrack. He was actually filling in for practice today for the 03 machine of Butterbean McQueen as he's racing in Nashville tonight. So I thought that was pretty cool to see him back in a late model stock.
Yeah, Butterbean Brendan Queen will be back, of course, for that big race tomorrow night. And obviously tonight he's running the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event at the Nashville Super Speedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. As right now we do see qualifying just about midway through right now, just getting ready to finish up. I'm understanding we got close to 30 signed in and ready to go here. And now explain this to me. So this is AI, correct? So this is generated names, I guess.
Yeah. So this is pretty much basically a collection that I have made, and it's based off the CRA Street Stock Tour. So if you don't know what the Street Stock CRA Tour is, it's pretty much something they do up here and where I'm from. They go Michigan, Ohio. They go far down as I believe Nashville Fairgrounds, where they just ran last night with the CR Street Stock, Ross Chastain, and then we're there with the late model sportsman division. So that's what these guys are based. It's based off of. And with iRacing's new Street Stock update, Wesley, you'll see some different body styles. You'll see the Camaro body style that you're used to seeing on iRacing. You'll even see Thunderbird body styles in here. So there's a little bit of all kinds of different stuff, and I have made this collection, and I have got them. You can go as far as setting these guys to, their age, their aggressive, how aggressive they race, their optimization, and how good they pit. You can do about anything you want to make a good show as far as the AIs.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that and watch this as qualifying is right now 16.362 by Alex Ware. Josh Poor is second fast with a 16.423. Lee Jones, Billy Williams, Travis Moore right now your top five. And if anybody wants to put a lap down here, they better do so quickly. I think we're waiting for one more driver to take time. Ryan Deemers, if he does not, then we'll have I think 31 drivers. So we do have our drivers that have already qualified. So just kind of waiting for that countdown clock to dissipate. And when it does, the field will be ready to go. Tonight, in preparation, obviously, for the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, we'll have the street stocks. They're going to be in action tonight. The street stocks will have their race. Of course, they're going to be the first race, and we were supposed to have like 2 nights of action, but unfortunately, due to my schedule and obviously my buddy Cody's schedule, I think he went to a dirt race last night. You were up at Circle City, weren't you?
Yes, sir, man. And they had some the non-wing, the big sprint cars. They had micros.
Oh, yeah.
Brexton Bush was actually there racing a restricted junior car and actually a junior, like a non-junior restricted junior car. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, so he had double duty. I didn't actually get to catch up with him. I went and bought one of his T-shirts, and when I went over there, he was eating dinner, so I didn't get a chance. I was actually helping a buddy of mine with his Crown Vic, and they had a bunch of flips in the sprints, and had a couple of micros. I actually had a micro, one of the little micro sprint cars. He actually flipped off of turn 4 and flipped into the wall. So,
oh man, wow!
Yeah, they had some exciting racing going on. So, and it looks like the countdown clock has expired here. So, Wesley, you want to get pre-race ceremonies underway?
We will. Matter of fact, as we wanted to mention tonight, we'll have the 50-lap street stock race that's about to be on deck. Then we'll have the 30-lap mini stock race, and then it all culminates to the 200-lapper for the late model stocks here tonight from South Boston Speedway. But first off, we'd like to pause and have our invocation, followed by the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll get the command to get things ready to go. So, Cody, if you want to lead us with our prayer, buddy, we'll be ready to go here.
The Racer's Prayer. Lord, pray as I race today. Keep me safe along the way. Not only me, but the others too, as they perform the job they do. I know, God, that in every race, I, the driver, set the pace. Let not my desire for more speed warp my judgment, turn into speed. From green to checkered, guide me through. Give me the strength to know what to do. Remind me often in the race of life how to go and all the strife. Help me accept the wins I may receive and all the defeats graciously. Ride with me, don't allow me to lag. Guide me all the way to the checkered flag. Racing AJ Nason. Game on. Coming to a track near you real soon.
Here to perform today's national anthem, please welcome platinum artist and songwriter Breland.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for Breland's performance of our national anthem. along with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds for today's flyover.
The command has been given as these drivers are ready to go racing. Thanks again to, of course, Travis Miller for doing the invocation with the racer's prayer. And we welcome you again back to South Boston Speedway in preparation for the AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. The late model stock car race on deck very soon is the main event, but we got some appetizers for you. First being the street stocks. A little bit of information about South Boston Speedway as the field begins to roll. Paved in 1962, Sobo grew from a 3/8 mile track to 4/10 of a mile back in 1994. 12 degrees of banking will treat these drivers in the corners, 10 degrees on the straightaways, and 360-yard straightaways equally from the front to the back. There's a 45-foot width, which helps passing and keeps the racing very close. 360 feet long is, again, the length from the outside retaining wall to the inside retaining wall, which again will make this racing very exciting here, Cody.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I want to mention these AIs, you're going to see them running the high line, Wesley. I mean, right up against that. In the groove, you would never even see a race car run. This track can get very grippy here, and we got the one to go, Wesley. We're coming to the green.
They'll be looking for the green flag here. This time by is the pace car. We'll get ready to drop onto pit lane. And there goes the field working off of turn 4. Pace car is in. The green flag waves at South Boston. And we're underway with the first of 3 main events on this Friday night before the big Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 tomorrow, which will be live on Flow Racing as well at South Boston. Alex Ware, Josh Poore, Lee Jones, Billy Williams, Travis Moore, Joe Pulley. You see the whole rundown of at least the 32 drivers, and they worked their way successfully for lap number 1, Cody.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen Josh Poore there in that number 27. He throws a slide job on the 38, as we've seen the 38 having the inside line, and he's looking to make the pass as they work into turn number 1, the side-by-side still, and Alex Ware making that outside work, Wesley.
Hard battling to the back straightaway. The field works their way back down the back into turn number 3. Look at how fast they can turn laps here on the 4/10 mile at South Boston Speedway at Sobo. It is Poore up in front, Ware right there in second. Big battle heated up there in the top 5 with Moore, Sharp, Pulley, and Mahaffey going at it there for that spot. All this happening as they work again into turn number 3 and 4. A quick lap around this racetrack, man. They can turn these laps quickly. This race could fly by fast right now, already 4 in.
Oh, yeah, and you said, like I said earlier, we're seeing, whoa, big wobble there out of the 38 machine, or 48 machine. And I'm not too sure who that was, but he had a big wobble as we see a Hornet's Nest. And we're 3 wide off of turn number 4, Wesley.
3 wide. 3's a party. 4. It's crazy. 5 wide's chaos. You can do it, though, at Sobo if you're brave enough. You see how fast they were 3 wide. They quickly got back up into 2x2 formation. And this is primarily a racetrack where we mentioned that it's 360 feet wide. But honestly, you might see some bumping and banging here. You got to fight for the spots that you need to have. As right now, Josh Poore continues to lead the way. There you see him right now in that big red machine, number 27. Ware on the outside of that Camaro number 38 car. It reminds me of the race car my dad used to drive back in the day when he drove super stocks at Southern National. As right now, they're in 3rd place. Lee Jones, everybody is calm, cool, collective. We're already working 1/5 of the way through. Next time by as the leader got a little wiggle there.
Oh my goodness, what a save by the 27 of Josh Poore, man. He was driving the wheels, and that's going to open the door up for Lee Jones. Lee Jones, Billy Williams, all going to follow in line there. So you got the 5 machine. That's going to be Travis Moore as he's working on the outside trying to follow him with him, but Josh Poore going to reclaim the spot and work the bottom as they work it down the backstretch, Wesley.
You might think that inside lane is the preferred line as you see that 27 machine of Poore staying there, but honestly, this track could really change, of course, as we move into the night. The outside lane really starting to come to working up on the top fruition for drivers like Ware and the 076 of Jones. He just can't seem to muster the momentum to get around, of course, the driver of Poore, but all the while, new lead change, Alex Ware up in front. We're 12 of 50 in right now.
Yeah, these laps are counting out and slash. You figure they're making look at the last times. You got about a 16.4, Wesley, is what they're turning here as the leaders. And then the rest of the field's running about 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s. So, I mean, you're figure 16 seconds a lap around this place. That's hauling the mail.
Looking at Billy Williams now. That's that Till green and black 65 machine trying to make a move down to the inside on Lee Jones. Josh Poor also still protecting that spot. It's now on the outside lane. Lee Jones comes piling up on the top. He can't get the clear yet. Poor protects the bottom. Williams up high. All the while, it is Ware pulling away now as we're closing in on lap 15 on 4.
And Wesley, you mentioned that outside line being the preferred line, man. Josh Poor is showing you that the outside line is, whoa, big wiggle there. As the inside line, he is making it work, and I don't know how he's doing it.
And that's exactly what the intentions are right now as they work their way back into the corner one more time. Alex Ware up in front of that number 38 machine. The fastest man on the racetrack, by the way, Josh Poor. He started on the pole. He's back to third, 16.317 seconds. Quickly making laps around Sobo. 50 laps for the street stocks, and they're back off 4.
So we see the 76 there working. Everybody's double file back here. We see the 11 of Jimmy Kirby, and then you got Ryan Eminette. Ryan Eminette coming off a big win last week in Wesley at Anderson Speedway here in the real life. Yeah. Led pretty much flag to flag almost. Started a little bit deep in the field and won the 150 CRA race last week. And here in the AI portion of South Boston, he's not liking this racetrack.
Back straight away now. The leaders work back to turn number 3. They're still door to door for those spots, and believe it or not, we're closing in on lap number 20, 2/5 of the way through in this event. Halfway, forthcoming in another handful of laps as the 23 and the 84 battle now. All this going on, I believe, in the top 15. This is, of course, Trent Bayer and Xavier King going door to door. Watching intently, of course, in all this is going to be Boston Oliver. He can't get the clear out of 3.
Yeah, Xavier King working that outside line, and Trent Bayer doing just like Josh Poor done up front, making the bottom work, and it's making it hard when it, and Wesley, this track, man, is almost like Dillon. It reminds me a lot about Dillon because when things happen, they happen fast. There's not a lot of room for error as Boston Oliver is trying to push the 23 down the back straightaway there as he's going to duck to the outside.
Closing in off of turn 4, back to the line again as you continue to watch this battle ensue for 14th and 15th. That's Xavier King finally around Trent Bayer, Boston Oliver, Jonathan Sessoms, all watching all of this going on here in this AI Street Stock event here at iRacing South Boston Speedway. All the way back to the line again. Cross flags, mere laps away with Alex Ware, Jones, Poor, Williams, Pulley. Top 5 and so far flag to flag. Green flag conditions as we're closing in on the halfway mark of this 50-lap feature, Cody.
Yeah, as we see the 10 and the 31 machine, that's Ron Phipps and Roy Barquello. They're working in, whoa, big loose there by the 20 of Dalton Connor as he tried to work the outside. And, man, it looks like the outside groove, and they're running way up there into that white line. That almost a third groove of the racetrack where you don't want to be. As we see Dalton Connor and Jonathan Sessoms working here. This is the battle for the 17th and 18th as Ryan Eminette's going to get big loose there. And the lights have officially come on here at South Boston.
So they have illuminated the lights around the racetrack right now. With now halfway home, 25 in, 25 to go. Alex Ware, Lee Jones, Josh Poor, Billy Williams, Joe Pulley, Mike Sharp, Travis Moore, Andrew TP, Blaine Aiken, James Kirby, currently your top 10 here on Elevated TV's coverage of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, the big late model stock car race coming up later tonight. As right now in the street stock feature, Alex Ware picking him up and putting him down and leading by almost 3/4 of a second over Lee Jones as we continue to see now more great action going on in the back.
As we see the 69 of Aaron Sessoms trying to pass the 22 in that USA Tires, 22 of James Kirby as he's hung up behind Blaine Atkins as they work down the front straightaway. This is going on for 9th, 10th, and 11th. As you got Aaron Sessoms way up there. Kirby trying to slide up a little bit, trying to knock some momentum off as they work down the backstretch here. And we got a battle for second.
Yeah, big battle going on for that second spot now as here comes now Poor under attack by Jones. Finally, James trying to get up in there where Jones is, and they're battling side by side with Jones up on the outside lane now. Poor to the inside. The pole machine losing ground. They're still door-to-door coming off of 4.
Working door to door. You got the 27 of Josh Poor, the 676 of Lee Jones on the outside, side by side, and Poor still making the bottom work. Man, the bottom is got to be loosey-goosey for this 27 machine. And Alex Ware, he has worked his way into lap traffic, and lap traffic not giving it easy to him, Wesley. He's making him earn it and having to stay on the outside.
And hung up on the outside lane. Look at the leader Ware now overtaking lap traffic as all this happens now. So far, 31, now 32 laps in, 18 to go. Flag to flag, caution free in this street stock feature. But man, oh man, the racing has been exciting here around Sobo here in this first feature of the night.
And this 27 and 76 still side by side. Here comes Billy Williams and Joe Pulley. Joe Pulley in that 0. They're trying to put their nose in on the battle as the 65 is going to duck to the inside of the 76, Wesley. He sees something on the bottom that everybody else doesn't see.
All of this going on again with Alex Ware continuing to be the Pied Piper up in front. Josh Poor, Lee Jones, top 3. Williams and Pulley watching along. They're trying to get up into that dogfight for the podium. They just cannot seem to shut the door and catch these guys as they're still door to door going into turn 3, exiting 4 to the line, and 15 to go at the stripe.
And Alex Ware just, he's got to be liking what he's seeing. He's got to be, oh, whoa, big loose there by the 27 off of 2. He's got to be looking in his mirror like, man, y'all just keep battling because that just makes it easier for me to drive away from you guys and put a bunch of lap cars, and that makes it even harder.
Nice shot there a moment ago for those drivers. Hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up on Elevated TV Esports, we've got that 30-lap mini stock race. And then that culminates to the big late model stock cars show. As right now, Alex Ware continuing flag to flag to lead the street stock warlords off of turn 4 down to the line. The battle for second continues. The leader Ware is stuck with lap traffic about 5 cars ahead. Now Jones slips. Poor to the outside. Here comes a flip-flop now. Jones up high. Poor back to the bottom, and they can't get around him yet. And more lap traffic is in the mist off 4.
Yeah, these guys, I'm not too sure how they're hanging on with the bottom. I mean, the bottom's got to have some more grip. I mean, because the 27, we've seen the 65, Billy Williams, he lost 3 spots from a big slip there on the bottom. And Poor's finally going to clear him. And here comes more lap traffic for him. Oh, my goodness, we got a hornet's nest in front of them.
It is a big gaggle of traffic going on as they work their way to the back straightaway, going to turn number 3. Inside, lap traffic all around. Meanwhile, we're closing in on 40 laps completed, 10 laps to go. By the way, ambient temperature 84 in the virtual sim. Track temp on the virtual sim at Sobo is 95 degrees. It's been about 11 and a half minutes since the drop of the green, and this race is nearing the end. 10 to go as the leader is still Alex Ware.
Lee Jones finally getting back around. Josh Poor hung up by the 25 machine as he's going to try to duck to the outside, maybe throw a block on the 76, slow him down. Here comes Joe Pulley. Joe Pulley and that number 0 on the bottom, working to the inside of Lee Jones. But here comes also Josh Poor. Here comes the Mike Sharp, somebody we haven't talked about. Man, everybody hung up here by these 4 cars racing for the back.
Well, certainly time is running out as these drivers work their way back around the racetrack again. Another lap on course as we continue to see Alex Ware pick him up and putting him down. There you see these drivers that are in second, third on back fighting lap traffic. Now Jones losing ground on Poor. Poor now stuck with some more lap machines in the way. That's the 25 and the 44 on the racetrack. By the way, that is positions number 30 and 31. Of course, the Folgers throwback of Tim Richmond and Josh Smith going at it here is right now. Time running out, 5 to go. Let's pick up the leader, and Ware is wearing him out, if you will. Pardon the pun. Working off turn 2.
He is definitely wearing them out. He is, he is making the third group look like it is cool out there. I mean, just like he's on a Sunday drive as he's putting them a lap down. Looks like Jake McElfresh is a lap down, Joe McGould, Jason Atkins, Aaron Wilk, James Horner, Tim Richmond, and Josh Smith all a lap down. As you got the 38 machine of Alex Ware taking and putting them off one by one by one.
3 laps to go. Penultimate lap of the race coming up. With still Alex Ware up in front there. You see him at Chevrolet Camaro looking strong and looking good, working off the corner here at South Boston. 2 remaining for the 38 machine, Cody.
Yeah, and I don't think unless Poor can get around this lap traffic, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. And as they work off of turn number 3 and 4, Alex Ware coming to get the white flag, Wesley.
Final lap. Working into the corner. This is it. Final time around to kick off the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 race night. Here it comes, flag to flag. Alex Ware off the corner. Checkered flag away. 50 laps, and the race is over in 14 minutes. Alex Ware takes the checkered flag and wins here at the Thunder Road 200. Josh Poore will go second, Joe Pulley third, Lee Jones and Mike Sharp. And how about this? 30-plus street stocks all on the racetrack at one time, fighting lap traffic. Here's the top 18 of the unofficial rundown. And when it's all said and done, Cody, it is a flag-to-flag, caution-free race. Alex Ware got around the pole man, Josh Poore, never looked back. Poore and Pulley and Jones, or Jones had to battle most of the way, but it was said and done. Alex Ware will get the win.
Yeah, he definitely comes was strong. I mean, he started on the pole and pretty much led flag to flag. You got to think seeing somebody lead flag to flag is a very strong testimony, especially when you got 31 cars on the track. I mean, you're going to run up on lap traffic very fast and very quickly, and he showed just why he is the man and why he dominated tonight.
Of course, don't forget Thunder Road Harley Davidson in Danville, Virginia sponsors the big race tomorrow night. You can check it out at South Boston Speedway, or you can watch, of course, on Flow Racing, as there is the results of the finish of the race. What does that say? Zach Staley Racing 200? Yeah, we'll fix all that. Yeah. You just put South Boston Speedway. But anyhow, Alex Ware getting it done. And there you see the full field rundown. I mentioned Billy Williams, Travis Moore, Andrew Teepee, Aaron Sessoms, James Kirby, top 10, Blaine Aiken, Jason Mahaffey, I think it is, Xavier King, Dalton Chupp, Trent Bayer right now, the top 15. Of course, Boston Oliver, Dalton Connor, and Jonathan Sessoms, the top 18. If you got the rest of the rundown there, Cody.
Coming home 19th is going to be Roy Barquillo. Ron Phipps comes home 20th. Reagan Black 21st. Jimmy Kirby 22nd. Ryan Eminette 23rd. Brett Hudson runs home 24th. Jake McElfresh 25th. Jason Atkinson 26th. Joe Madulin comes home 27th. Aaron Wilkins comes home 28th. James Horner comes home 29th. Tim Richmond 30th. And Josh Smith rounds out your 31-car field.
And again, it was a caution-free race. Absolutely no problems on the track whatsoever. It helped make this race go by very quickly. And what a show, obviously, those guys put on, no doubt. Hey, coming up, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we switch gears and move into the mini-stock portion of the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson Virtual AI 200. This is Elevated TV Esports.
They're like the MX-5 Cup cars. Hold on, you can't be heard. Now start over.
We're back here at South Boston Speedway, and we're getting ready now for the mini stock portion of the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. And it looks like now the mini stock cars are on track, but it looks like the MX-5 Cup cars, it looks like.
Yeah, so they don't actually have a mini stock up here yet, but this to me is the closest thing to a mini stock. The way they race and handle and look and sound, so that's kind of why we went with these.
Well, again, we welcome you to our coverage. I think this is going to be pretty fun to see these cars on the racetrack at South Boston, as it looks like qualifying is just about ready to expire. By the way, this race will be 30 laps the distance. And then, of course, the big main event, that 200-lap NASCAR Esports late model stock car event, will be on deck as soon as this one concludes. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside. And again, we want to invite you and yours to join us tomorrow, obviously. Why do I have a lowercase O? Why not get a capital O? What do you think I catch that? No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm playing. It's all good. Oh, wow. Hey, and I love that the lights are on these cars, too. That's pretty cool as well. Look at that. That's pretty sharp. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we don't actually have a grid logo, grid overlay, so Wesley, you want to do the first couple rows, and then I'll do the rest?
Are we going to have a grid overlay for the late model stock car race? That's I am wondering that. Are we going to have one for that, for the big show?
Yes, we will.
We will. Okay, so we're saving it with the music and the hype and all that for the big race coming up next. All right, so here we go. 86, Ricky Sadler's on the pole. Caleb Hall in the 32 to the outside. Wyatt Marshburn will be in starting third in the 83. Casey Little in 55. Aaron Sessoms in 36. Sarah Beltier will be in the 10. Then it's going to be Dalton Shupp in the 5. David Hall in the 96. Oh, you're catching up a little bit. There you go. Ross Cope will be in the 90, followed by John Robbins in the number 301. I'll go halfway with the lineup. Kevin Castle will be in the 54. Landon Logano will be in the 57. Martin Hemrick will be in the 21. Brendan Smith in the 81. And Landon Castle will be right now halfway through the field, starting 15th.
A.J. McMurray will be 16th. Jonathan Sessom 17th. Josh Dillon rolls off 18th. Landon Marks rolls off 19th. Excuse me. Tanner Harvick rolls off 20th. Justin Amarillo runs off 21st. Kyle Lindsey 22nd. And John Riddle rounds out shotgun on the field.
Yeah, my apologies. I thought there was going to be 30 drivers, so I was like the last race just going to do 15 and you do 15, but I see obviously there's only 23 drivers actually ready to roll here. I believe we're live on Facebook as well. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody that's watching. Hope you enjoy this little virtual ride of the Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200 in preparation of the big show. That'll be tomorrow night at South Boston Speedway. I know Brandon Brown and the entire crew at NASCAR Regional and South Boston Speedway have done a phenomenal job to make that race be hyped up. I was looking at some practice earlier today, and great car counts, and obviously ready to see what goes on for this one here as these drivers get ready for 30 laps just before nightfall on the, of course, 4/10th mile. That is the South Boston Speedway. Aaron Sessoms and I'm sorry, my apologies. I didn't jump up in my lineup here. Let me update my roster. There we go. Ricky Sadler and Caleb Hall are going to be on the front row, and this should be a pretty good one here as we're coming to green this time, I believe, Cody.
Yes, sir. We are coming to green this time as the field's going to roll down the backstretch. And, man, I've done a couple AI races with these, and Wesley, they always put on a show as we're coming into the start zone.
Yeah, they're fun. I've done some summer races last year with LSR TV with the Northwest Racing Series and got quite acquainted with these cars. More or less, these were on road courses, never short track, but that's the beauty of what the #1 motorsports simulation of the world, iRacing, provides. You can do it with these kind of cars on a short track like the famous South Boston Speedway as they work off turn 4. Coming to the line, Caleb Hall getting to the lead quickly on Sadler. Marshburn all watching all this going on as they work the back straightaway in the opening laps.
And as you notice, Wesley, these cars are a lot more tighter than the street stocks were. The street stocks were kind of spread out. These cars are on top of each other from first to last.
Yeah, you can really see him being very aggressive in the early going, getting 2 and 3 wide very fast as Hall up on the outside. Is that Caleb Hall or Hall Caleb?
It's Caleb Hall. We have two. We have a David Hall and a Caleb Hall, so we put the names backwards so we didn't get mixed up with them.
There you go. So that's why you're caught up with it. All right. Wanted to make sure we had that correct. So yes, Caleb Hall is right now the man leading. Ricky Sadler in second. Wyatt Marshburn, Casey Little, and Sarah Biltier up there in the top 5. I love watching them. And all this is going on, and we got a caution of the racetrack. Problems.
Jonathan Sessoms has gone around. Let's go back and see what happened here.
Jonathan Sessoms.
He's on the
yes.
bottom. Whoa.
3 wide, little contact.
Oh.
Sessoms into the inside wall there, coming off of turn number 2.
Jonathan Sessoms in that machine as we take one more look real fast while we're still under caution and go on board here with him. Go.
Already fighting the wheel, stuck down below the bottom of that yellow line, and then he tried to miss the sand traps, if you will, the sand barrels. He missed them, but he hit the wall instead in the point. Let's go for the overhead view maybe for, no, I'm sorry, we're back to our live coverage. Here's the aerial view. We are going to do an aerial view. Okay, look at this one. By the way, that is not Kyle Busch in the old M&M colors. You were saying, Cody.
Yeah, and as we look one more time at the overhead view, if you watch him on the M&M car touched a little bit there, watch right there, and that kind of shot him in down into the machine of the or inside barrier. There we go. I'll get it in a minute, Wesley.
So another yellow flag, or actually correction, first yellow flag of the night coming out for these drivers, as Caleb Hall is the man that leads the way. Welcome back to our coverage. Of course, Caleb Hall up in front, Ricky Sadler, Casey Little, Wyatt Marshburn, and I believe caution laps do count. Am I correct? Do they count or they do not? Caution laps don't count, right, Cody? So there's the Dr. Pepper Mazda leading the way of Caleb Hall, and they're going to come to the line here. I think we're going to get the one-to-go indication. Virtual Thunder Road, Harley Davidson AI 200 on Elevated Esports.
I got to ask you, what do you think about the caution overlay?
It's very colorful. I like it. It's very
different,
very colorful.
So, yeah, we are coming to the one to green here, Wesley.
Not going to lie to you, it reminds me of what we use at NASCAR TV at the Cup events whenever there's like a caution or any kind of delay, so something like that. So back to green. The colors look like the NASCAR colors, if you will. Back underway, though. And boy, Sadler got a great jump on the restart on Hall. Got around him in 3. New leader, Ricky Sadler in the Castro car off 4.
Dr. Pepper got beat by the Castro man as they worked down in the 1 and 2, and he got a crossover. But man, we got a battle for 3rd. You got Sarah Billiter in the Dunkin' Donuts. You got Aaron Sessoms in the Atlantic Express, Wyatt Marshburn and the Speedy Gonzalez, and man, they are in a hornet's nest.
Sadler, Hall, Marshburn, Sessoms, Little, top 5 as they thunder down into turn number 3. Into 4. What a solid run by these drivers. Only one caution so far in the night here at the Virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200, the big late model stock car race is coming up next. I know that's the one that everybody has been waiting for. Yeah, Pumpkin P1MP says, look at that 32 machine. Yeah, Hall, that's a nice looking car right there for Caleb Hall, the Dr. Pepper car. Trying to run down the Castro machine to look at Sessoms and Marshburn, and Hall on back battling for the top 5 now with 20 to go.
Yeah, and that David Hall and that Coors Light. And Wesley, you actually know the David Hall AI. He goes to Carteret and sits in 1 and 2, David Hall. And you actually talked to him at New River Elementary Speedway. That's his AI. He wanted an AI, so we threw him an AI in there, and he's in the Coors Light Mazda number 96.
Yeah, David Hall, super great guy, man. Him and his wife, and they love racing. They'll go all over to the short tracks across the country. And, definitely all people. I'll never forget about 2 or 3 years ago after the end of the Carteret County Speedway season, I was announcing the Race of Champions for Solid Rock Carriers. And me and David Hall and his wife and some other people just shot the breeze and just played pool inside the Carteret County Speedway pool room and just enjoyed the conversation about a lot of things. And David, if you're watching or if you see the replay, Cody, you asked that man, everything that you are seeing happen in the racing industry today, late model stock car wise, I don't want to say as a prophet, but I prophesized it. I had a feeling it was coming 2 years ago, and it is what it is today.
Oh, yeah. And you know, every time I talk to David on the phone, we always talk about, you know, how the racing where I live and where the racing where y'all live is two totally different racing industries. I mean.
And it is. I've been up in your neck of the woods. I've been to Anderson, Indiana. I've been to Winchester and Gola, Indiana, and tracks up in that area that you've been a part of. And there's just a different breed of people. There's a different racing environment than what we see down in the South. I'm not saying that it's good or bad, but what y'all are doing, I think, makes it work better. I really do.
And you know, it's crazy because, you know, when I first got into racing up here, you know, I'm used to going to Carteret and New River and, you know, buying a transponder and having to pay my entry fee and then having to pay $25 for a transponder. Up here, they don't even charge for a transponder. And then I went to Winchester this past Sunday, and it was literally $10 to get in. And then I went to Circle City last night, and it was $5 for a general admission ticket. I was like, where is these type of prices at back home?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Is right now, it is still Sadler. Ding, ding, crazy man chiming in on YouTube. Thanks for checking us out on Elevated Esports. Ricky Sadler up in front. We're halfway home already, by the way. 11 laps to go in this race. One caution. I like these cars, man. I think they're cool as hell. I like it.
Yeah, they're definitely fun. You know, and as we see, whoa, John Sessoms with a big slide there through the 3 or 4, dirt tracking it. And these cars always put on a show. You know, if you really want to see them put on a show, you take them to Hickory Motor Speedway, and they put on an exciting show.
Put on an amazing program so far. We're seeing it, and hopefully everybody is enjoying it as well as we are bringing it to you. Ricky Sadler up in front.
In his own
Caleb
world.
Hall, yes, sir, in his own world, man. Look at the Castro car gone. He got around Hall on the restart, and he never looked back.
Caleb Hall there in second. You got Wyatt Marshburn in third. Casey Little and fourth. David Hall in fifth. And John Robbins started 10th. He's worked his way up into the 6th place working on the Aaron Sessoms machine there, Wesley.
Closing in on 6 laps to go. South Boston Speedway, 4/10 of a mile. 12 degrees of banking into the corners. Matter of fact, let's go on board with one of these drivers as we near the end. Let's go on board with the leader, Mr. Sadler, or somebody. We're on board with John Robbins. And it doesn't look like it's very banked, but there's banking there.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of banking there as he goes to the inside of Aaron Sessoms there. And we look on board Aaron Sessoms as he's working the outside line, and you can really see the banking right here as he's working that third groove. And listen to this tire squeal, Wesley.
Especially going to the corner. Oh, I love it. Sounds like front-wheel drive U cars across America. 4, make it 3 to go at the line. Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely a good set of things that, you know, and when I started this AI, I never thought that it would boost me to where I'm at now. From doing real races for people broadcasting, which I've kind of stepped away from that. Here lately, I've picked back up, dude, because IRL racing at work keeps you busy enough. And we got a three-way battle here, though. Sessoms, Cope, and Robbins, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
That's coming down to the end of it as well with 2 laps to go. Boy, I don't want to take your vision off of this one, but meanwhile, here comes the white flag. Ricky Sadler has took the white flag. Look at it. It looks like he's on the racetrack by himself in a practice session, qualifying run. Nobody is around him. Look at this. Ricky Sadler, Castro Colors Mazda, is going to win here at the Thunder Road Virtual 200.
Yeah, Ricky Sadler in his own world. Caleb Hall comes home second there, and man, what a race. We had one caution, Wesley, and it was just kind of a hiccup. It wasn't really a too bad of a caution. It was just kind of a mistake, but we had one, so going to be a good. And if this is anything to proclaim to what the race is going to be like for 200 straight green flag laps, it's going to be exciting.
And that, of course, is the end of the race 2 of 3 here tonight with, of course, the mini stock 30 lapper. What a show they put on. Let's take a look at the results one more time as this race is over. Look at them. Ricky Sadler getting the win. 1 caution flag, by the way, to stop this event. Caleb Hall will finish in 2nd. Casey Little 3rd. Wyatt Marshburn is 4th. David Hall is 5th. Ross Cope 6th. Aaron Sessoms is 7th. John Robbins 8th. Kevin Castle is 9th. And it's going to be Brendan Smith 10th. Tanner Harvick 11th. And Sarah Biltier will finish in 12th, halfway through the field there, Cody.
Landon Castle comes home 13th. Jonathan Sessoms 14th. AJ McMurray 15th. And Dalton Chupp runs home 16th. Martin Hemrick comes home 17th. Landon Logano 18th. 19th is going to be John Riddle. Good rebound there from John Riddle as he picked up a couple spots from starting dead last. Josh Dillon rolls home for your top 20. Kyle Lindsey 21st. Landon Marks 22nd. And Justin Amarello rolls off 23rd. And Wesley, we didn't see no cars get lapped in this one, but I think we're going to see some cars get lapped in this next one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're going to step away, take a time to thank some sponsors. And now, what is the format coming up, Cody? Can we let everybody know what's going on? How are we going to run this race, this 200-lap late model race coming up next, the one that everybody's been waiting for?
So it is 200 laps. It is not going to be straight green flag laps. These guys will get a set of tires for the 200 lapper, and we will have a halfway caution at lap 100. Lap 100 will be a halfway caution. That way we can kind of, if we do go green flag from 1 to 100, we can kind of have a reset almost, kind of get the field bunched back up and put on a show for the fans. And then kind of go from there. And then, at lap 100, we have throw the caution, as I am race control too, because I'm kind of controlling and announcing. So I'll throw a caution at lap 100, and we'll reset the field and go back green, and then we'll go green from lap 100 to lap 200. So
there you go.
Do get one set of tires.
And overtime attempts, if need be?
We get 3 overtime attempts, and they do get 1 fast repair.
3 overtime attempts, 1 fast repair. And I believe they're going to come on track here in just a moment. Once we go to break, they will practice. They'll qualify. Me and Cody will tell some stories about some of these awesome drivers. Want to let everyone know this is AI. Whatever the hell that means. AI, okay? Artificial intelligence, I guess. I don't know. It's, anyhow, AI. This is some of the names you're going to see on this late model stock car virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200.
And they
is probably a lot of the names you're going to be seeing in the big race, the real race tomorrow night on Flow Racing.
And I do want to state, the collection that we will be using. There's going to be previous people that have competed in the Harley Davidson. There's going to be people that are competing in it tomorrow night. They will, when we do come back, we will have a 5-minute. I will give them a 5-minute practice session. And then, like Wesley said, we'll kind of tell some stories. They'll get 3 laps of qualifying, and that'll set the set for the 200 lap main event.
And it's all on Elevated TV Esports Friday night on the eve night before the big show from Sobo. We're virtually. The 200 race is next.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now. Yeah, I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, you go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels
Hey, wait a minute. Do you have static cameras and all that stuff? Like if we do like a Field the Roar or
With the U.S. Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature Card, get 5% cash back on 2 categories you choose every quarter. You also earn 2% cash back on 1 everyday category like gas.
Okay. Well, it's the one we've all been waiting for. Welcome back to coverage of Elevated TV Esports. And it's time for the preparations, practice, qualifying, leading up to that virtual AI 200, the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, which will be, of course, the big show tomorrow night on Flow Racing from South Boston, Virginia. This is the virtual iRacing version. Welcome back. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Demers is alongside. And the late models, that roaring crescendo. Practice makes perfect, they say, Cody. And right now, those drivers taking advantage of it for a 5-minute clock to try to figure this track out for the big show.
Oh, yeah, they are getting everything situated, getting the heat and kind of filling the track out at Norsay. And we're trying to get some stuff up here on the screen so you'll be able to see everything. And so the producer and commentating tonight. So, yeah, we're getting some stuff situated, and these guys are on the track as you see them there.
Drivers are getting a 5-minute practice session on course, 5 minutes. They will be able to then come back out and do 3-lap qualifying, and then the field will be set for the big race. And as I aforementioned, this is AI, meaning that some of the best late model stock car driver names in the country are right now in the virtual sim, getting ready to take on virtual Sobo. And you know, you mentioned this as well, Cody. You've got drivers of the past, present, and the future, or the past, present of this race and late model stock car heritage being a part of this event tonight, no doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely got a lot of different kinds of people in here. More say. So we're trying to get some stuff up here where y'all can see everything. There we go.
And you know what, Cody, I'm trying to remember, bud, the last time we did a big pavement late model race together was obviously the virtual Valley Star 300 at Martinsville and the Thanksgiving Classic. But the virtual Valley Star 300 was one we did, and if you remember, it was on the night before the big race. Actually, we did it on Saturday night before the big race on Sunday afternoon because obviously weather interfered on the race at Martinsville last year. Carson Quapple was the winner of our AI event, and he comes so damn close to winning that event between him and Dylan Ward last year.
Yeah, and I remember you calling him on the telephone too, so and we're talking to him as well. So
was it Dylan Ward or Trevor Ward?
Trevor Ward.
It was Trevor Ward. My apologies. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Trevor Ward,
Trevor Ward.
Landon Huffman, Dorbang.
Yes. Yes, and then, of course, Landon Huffman and Carson Quapple, I believe, finished on the podium, all of that going on. But, yeah, Trevor Ward's racing life changed forever. The driver out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, when he won that event. Trevor Ward last year. Of course, Carson Quapple won the iRacing version of it. As, believe it or not, practice is over. Chase Burrow, top of the board, 15.342. 15.342.
He is way faster.
Virginia driver. Yeah.
He's way faster than everybody. So you see the field there getting set, and we're going qualifying here, Wesley. And Wesley, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, who's your pick to win?
Oh, hell, I don't know. Let me get at least about 50 laps into the race, and then I can make an assumption there. Don't throw me under the bus that darn quick. Here comes qualifying. This is the number 6, Bobby McCarty. Always a popular driver. Of course, driving with the what do they call it? The Black Acid Racing Apparel team now this year on the Cars Tour. And that, of course, is Bobby McCarty. Here's Trevor Ward, the man that won the big show, and they got the same Ward performance, number 77 from Winston-Salem on the cars there, Cody. We were saying about McCarty.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Zilich and Burrow, man, he went from first in practice to 13th in qualifying, and he's struggling here in qualifying, Wesley.
Yeah, he certainly is, as now Trevor Ward. Well, you got to pick it up somehow, some way, find something. Bobby McCarty, by the way, from Madison, North Carolina. There goes Sam Yarborough. We just saw him take time as well. Here comes Jacob Borst on the racetrack of the 94. There's Sam Yarborough. And you know what? I see a lot of these cars, honestly, Cody, and they look just like the real race cars. There's Jared Fryer from Greenville, North Carolina. Chad McCumbee from Mullins, South Carolina. They look just like the real race cars that you see at the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts or the Cars Tour events across America.
Oh yeah, they iRacing's technology, the way they let you design these cars and feature these cars is kind of is crazy. As it looks like qualifying is over and everybody has took time, but yeah, I mean, some of these cars may not look like the cars they drive now because in real life everybody changed their paint scheme, but a lot of these cars are pretty much identical to what the guys drive in real life. So.
Jared Fryer looks like he's going to be the man that's on the pole for the late model event. 15.332. Deke McCaskill is going to turn a 15.344. The man out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Winston-Salem, North Carolina's Ronnie Bassett Jr. is third. We've got Hampton, Virginia's Chase Burrow fourth, and the Connor Hall right there as well as your top five in qualifying. I don't want to give all of the secrets away because we got a special driver introductions coming up for this one here. The virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 is getting ready to grid, and that big show is coming up next, Cody.
Oh yeah, for sure. As we're advancing the session and gonna get them all situated there on the front row, and we're gonna give you about a 10-minute intermission as we work through driver intros. And Wesley, it's gonna be a good one.
So we're ready to introduce the starting lineup for the big race coming up. Are we going to go from the back to the front or the front to the back? How are we going to do it?
We'll go from the front to the back.
We'll go from the front to the back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you're in the back now.
Yeah, we're going.
What are you doing?
We're going to go from the back to the front.
Yeah, I asked that, and you said we're going to the front to the back.
Oh,
all right.
We'll go to the back to the front.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce the starting lineup for this event, the big race that everybody's looking forward to, 200 laps, and, of course, it is the big show, the virtual show that is currently getting ready to be going on, the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson AI 200. On the back, starting shotgun on the field, a former winner of the Martinsville Big Show and South Boston Races late model champion and more. That's the Virginia driver, of course. That is Mr. Mike Looney. Mike Looney in the 87 VA machine. Starting in the number 29 position, of course, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, the car number 03, Machine Leaf Cars BRC, bestrepair.net. Machine, of course, that is Butterbean Brendan Queen. Brendan Queen in 03. Starting in the number 28 position. This is the driver all the way up from the Barnes Racing Stables, the R&S Race Cars, Barnes Racing, Hogan Enterprises Ford, the number 15 of Logan Clark. To his inside, car number 6. Another Solid Rock Carriers Black Acid Racing Apparel R&S Race Cars, number 6 machine, Ford from Madison, North Carolina, multi-time champion of the Cars Tour, Bobby McCarty. The defending late model stock champion of last year is ready to roll in the car number 5 from Zebulon, North Carolina, the Quality Race Parts GXS Graphics Solutions entry number 5. That is Carter Langley. And to his inside, starting in the number 25 position, from, of course, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the AR Bodies Wards Performance number 77, the defending Valley Star Credit Union 300 winner at Martinsville last year, Trevor Ward. Row number 12, starting 24th. We'll find no driver that is a stranger to the Virginia area or this track. The number 4 of Kyle Dudley. And to his inside, the car number 24, starting 23rd from Manassas, Virginia, in the Solid Rock Carriers Southern National Motorsports Park promoter's son, Mason Diaz, in 24 in his Chevrolet. Moving on to the next position. Part of the virtual Junior Motorsports Stables. Winner of the virtual Martinsville race last year that we broadcasted. Car number 08 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. That's the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats iRacing Chevrolet. That is, of course, Carson Quapple. To his inside in the car number 44, ready to roll, one of the pride drivers out of the North Carolina stables of Hickory and Tri-County. The 44, that's Connor Jones. Moving on to row number 20, row number 20. Moving on to row number 10, starting in the 20th position, driver of the quality 99 Ford entry. The driver, of course, resides out of Bahama, North Carolina. Former driver in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. That is the virtual driver of Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs in 99. Also a former NASCAR national champion. A former winner of this race and Martinsville, ready to roll, runs at South Boston as well. Driver of the car number 01. That, of course, is the man that'll start 19th. That is Landon Pimbleton. Moving on now to row number 9, starting in the 18th position. Driver of the car, number 95, out of course, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's the, of course, Aaron's Sales Lease and Rentals, number 95 Chevrolet of Sam Yarborough. And to his inside, in car number 94, out of Richmond, Virginia, used to drive the 1-star. He's in the 94 Clark's Racing Engines entry. That is Jacob Borst. Row number 8, starting in the 16th position. Third-generation driver, of course, to the great driver of late models in the URA days of Tony Grady. The Chevrolet number 1, Gildan Shirts entry, ABC hosiery, number 1 of course, Andrew Grady from Knightdale, North Carolina, actually Apex, North Carolina. To his inside in car number 97. This driver runs in the Grand National Super Series, the ARCA Menard Series, Legends, and more in late models. That's the Chevrolet number 97 of Jason Kitzmiller. Jason Kitzmiller from Mooresville. The next row, starting in the 14th position outside row number 7. That's the Waltz Motorsports entry car number 2 of Matt Waltz. To his inside in the RNS race cars, number 77, Superman, Blake Stallings. I love those colors. Moving on to the next row number 6 and starting 12th. A former Cars Tour winner, a longtime runner of the series. He won, of course, his first ever Cars Tour event at Southern National, and he's also won at Hickory. Driver of the car number 2 from, of course, Hickory, North Carolina, or actually it is Claremont, North Carolina, Brandon Pierce. To his outside, starting in car number 16. On time and scoring, he'll start inside row number 6 and 11. Driver of the Aaron Sells Lease and Rental, number 16 Ford. He is also, people might not have known this, he was the actor that played driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the ESPN movie 3. He also competes in off-road racing, he road course racing, SCCA style, and late model contender from Mullen, South Carolina, the number 16, good friend of mine, Chad McCumbee. And now your top 10. One of the star female superstars of racing, no doubt, is going to be making her presence here tonight in the virtual AI 200. The number 55, Mobile One Racing entry, that is Isabella Robusto. Starting in the 9th position, another driver from the pride out of Manassas, Virginia. In the car number 81 entry, that, of course, is the young man of Minnie Tyrell. Starting in position number 8, outside row number 4. What a talent this young man is from Mooresville, North Carolina. Driver of the car number 57 Chevrolet Performance entry. That is Connor Zelich. He's won from Daytona, at the Road to 24, ARCA, and more. To his inside. Moving on to the number 7 spot. This young lady is, of course, part of the Black Acid Racing Apparel team. Of course, out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Driver of the car number 19. That is Jessica Can. Moving to row number 3, starting in the 6th position, a multi-time NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts National Champion, Martinsville winner, and South Boston winner and champion as well. The Clarence's Steakhouse, Danville Toyota, number 26 Toyota machine. That is, of course, Peyton Sellers. To his inside, driver of the car number 22, Autos by Nelson, PPG Castrol GTX entry, number 22. He resides out of Hampton, Virginia. That is Connor Hall, the defending NASCAR national champion of last year. Moving on to row number 2 on the outside, starting in 4th position. This driver resides out of Richmond, Virginia, or actually Hampton, Virginia, in the ERE entry Top Gun Motorsports Virginia Motor Speedway, number 8. That is Chase Burrow. To his inside, in car number 04, the Jerry Hunt Automotive Super Center machine from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And, of course, he was also the pole man at the New Year's Bash Street Stock Nationals at Dillon for Real this year in 2024, Ronnie Bassett Jr. And now your front row. The pride out of Raleigh, North Carolina, a multi-time winner and champion in racing, whether it's Southern National, you name it, the Cars Tour, UARA Stars, and more. The driver of the Pure Year Tank Lines, car number 08 machine, this is Deke McCaskill. And to his inside, starting on the pole as the fast qualifier, driver of the car number 14 entry, the King's Rest Services Magic Mart, number 14 from Greenville, North Carolina. That is the driver of Jared Fryer, former Cars and late model stock and pro late model or super late model champion in the same year, or actually a champion in his own right, of course, in late models and so much more. That is the driver of Jared Fryer. Cody Deemers, there's the starting lineup as these drivers get ready to go for 200 laps, 30 cars in the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 at Sobo. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely ready. It's going to be fun as the engines have fired on the machines. The pace car is getting ready to roll off here. And Wesley, we're getting ready to turn them loose for 200 big ones. Halfway break at lap 100, and it's going to be a doozy as you see the field rolling off there in turn number 1.
And caution laps do count, if I remember correctly. Am I right? 200. The caution laps do not count, so it's 200 green flag laps.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
200 green flag laps as the field gets set. It's the one we've been waiting for. We had a fun race with the street stocks, the mini stocks, the MX5 Cup cars, if you want to call them that. They did not disappoint. They were absolutely fun. Those races, preliminaries, were excited, but this is the one that everybody is ready to strap in for just after 9 p.m. Eastern Time on a Friday night, the eve night before the big show, the real show, the annual biggest late model stock car race of the year at South Boston Speedway in the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200. The virtual version is about to go down. Pick yourselves out a winner. Anybody can win this thing. 30 virtual charter members and their kaleidoscope of colors. Get ready to thunder off of turn number 4. The 2024 virtual AI Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200 is green at Sobo. Fine job off the corner. Fryer down to the bottom. McCaskill battles up top for lap 1. And McCaskill will lead the opening lap. Fryer's in trouble. He's stuck on the bottom, and he can't get around these cars as Burrow goes to second now, company.
Oh, yeah, and Jared Fryer's struggling with a very, very loose race car. From the start of the green flag, he has been loose, Wesley. Wow. I'm very shocked of how loose, and he's finally looks like he's got it under control as we work. And 3 here is, whoa.
Mike Looney already behind the wall, the 87 car. We got contact. A couple of cars stacking up behind them. McCumbee, Jones, Riggs, Zelich, and somehow they hold it together, and Zelich is in trouble. Bounces off Kitzmiller. Got into Robusto, and they save it. It will stay green. Zelich is off the pace and drops to the bottom of the racetrack in 4.
And Connor Zelich way off the pace there. Not too sure. Is he into big trouble there? And here comes Lane Riggs diving down to the bottom. Early on, we are seeing very, very aggressive racing, Wesley.
And cars dropping off like flies in the early going as well, including Mike Looney. Connor Zelich, Trevor Ward got wrecked a little bit, but was able to continue along. And Deke McCaskill is up in front. McCaskill leads the way. The Raleigh, North Carolina driver, that Pure Year Tank Lines forward. Behind him, Chase Burrow, the Virginia young driver. He runs dirt, he runs pavement, he runs late models, he runs modifieds. Bassett Jr. right there behind those drivers, as now you see the 22 of Connor Hall and Sellers battle for the top 5. Brendan Quinn, no, I'm sorry, that's actually Jessica Can trying to get around Mike Looney, the lap car, going back to 3 and 4.
Yeah, and it looks like Looney and Zilich have definitely made their way back out onto the racetrack. And it looks like Mike Looney being the only one a lap down other than Connor Zilich early on here with 9 laps complete. And Jessica Can, as we see, whoa, big Connor Hall just cut the 26 of Peyton Sellers off there as it worked into 1 and 2.
McCaskill up in front, leading the way. Boy, what a show they're putting on right now.
Everybody's super duper loose, Wesley.
By the way, Cody Deemers, I'm understanding via social media from a reliable source that we've received word that there was a sprint car that lost control and unfortunately injured some fans in the grandstand at the infield at Jacksonville Speedway. That's the racetrack that's, I believe it's in Jacksonville, Illinois. No further updates have been given, but at this time, all events and racing events have been canceled. We ask at this time for everyone to be respectful and send prayers to all those that are involved. Wow.
Yeah, that's very, very sad. Whoa, one big into the wall. Brendan Green. I think that's who it was. No, that was Mason Diaz.
Yeah,
Mason
Diaz. Wow, fell back big time. Trouble for the Manassas, Virginia driver there in the 24. He's losing ground. And just like that, guys, we're 13 of 200 laps for this big show. I'm stretching out my legs, got my foot up on the broadcast chair, and getting ready for a long one here because this race is definitely a virtual battle of man and machine. Who's going to survive it? And right now we're seeing some big contenders, Cody, have problems in the early going, and still Dick McCaskill leading from the drop of the green.
And I'm getting word from down in the pits. Mike Looney is done for the day. Mike Looney is done already. It looks like Connor Jones is coming down pit road. Heavy right side damage on that car.
Mike Looney's such a talented driver for sure that everybody knows in the world. Out of Henry, Virginia. I'm going to make sure I get that correct. Out of Henry, Virginia, Mike Looney. But he is out of the race right now. As all the while, Raleigh, North Carolina's Dick McCaskill up front. Virginia for North Carolina. North Carolina, Virginia, top 5. That's the way it stands with McCaskill leading. This boy, Ronnie Bassett Jr. got a little loose there for a minute from the pole driver. Jared Fryer, he really started falling back at the drop of the green. He is starting to slowly but surely at least be consistently staying in the top 5, and that's probably the best thing you can do right now, Cody.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody's really, really loose here early on as Fryer's running a very different line, Wesley. He's almost on the concrete surface in the corners coming up off, and he's entering a lot higher than theirs. You'll see him, he doesn't do it right there, but 3 and 4, he starts to enter kind of a little bit lower there on the concrete. See him do it right there.
Here, yeah, stays right there at the bottom of the apron, if you will, trying to, looks like he can get like a bonsai shot move to try to go after Bassett for third, but.
And we've seen Brandon Pierce a year, I think it was either the beginning of this year in the Cars Tour race. He fell deep in the field, and he actually started running that line, and he picked up a lot of positions here. So it is to say that it can be done way down there on the concrete.
22 of 200 laps, the big one, the late model stock car race underway here at Sobo. In the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, Cody Deemers, Wesley Outland, Elevated TV Esports with coverage. I believe we're also live on Facebook.
Yes, we are live on Facebook and Elevated TV, and Wesley Chase Burrow has closed the door, closed the gap on the 08 machine of Deke McCaskill.
McCaskill, though, still got about a 3/4 second lead over Burrow. Burrow, though, trying to reel him in. Right now, 25 of 200 laps in this race. It has been flag to flag so far. Problem, bottom of the racetrack, the 94 car off the pace. That's going to draw a caution. Jacob Borst in trouble. First yellow flag of the night here in the 200.
tough break there for him as we go back and see what happened. Looks like he's
Remember, these drivers do have a fast repair. They can use them.
So we go back a little bit and figure out what happened here. Looks like he.
By the way, Jacob Borst is from Elon, North Carolina, also. Oh, into the wall hard. Wow.
Take a little bit more replay. It looks like him and the 15 of Logan Clark got into it there. It looks like 15 of Logan Clark maybe got loose and shifted up into him right there.
Yeah, a little contact there. Logan Clark into the driver's side of Borst's car. Borst into the wall. Logan Clark able to continue along as well.
And it looks like we got a bunch of people on pit road.
Early, and by the way, Logan Clark out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. The drivers are on pit road, though. Service going on. Now, remember, you can come on pit road and take on service, but remember, you can only, what is the rule? You can only change one set of tires?
One set of tires and one fast repair. So, got to kind of play your cars right. And I notice a lot of these guys are very, very loose. So, you got to begin to wonder if these guys are going to maybe not really change tires, but they're going to come in and try to make some adjustments to make these cars a little bit, whoa, as we see the 4 car there dirt tracking it through 1 and 2, trying to get to the field.
So we're under the yellow flag again. Remember, caution laps do not count for this race. It was a 25-lap green flag run before the caution fell.
Looks like Borst is coming out of the pits.
I believe McCaskill pitted, didn't he? Didn't McCaskill pit? I think he did. Yeah.
Deke McCaskill pitted. He's going to roll off 14th.
Yeah, the top 13 cars up in front did not pit in this caution. So Chase Burrow now will be the new leader. Driver Adam, of course, in that top spot.
I'm kind of excited, Wesley, to see what Burrow's going to do here. Is if he's going to kind of drive away like him and Deke McCaskill did before, or is Bassett's going to get him here on the start?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Chase Burrow, of course, out of the Hampton Roads area, ready to bring them back to green here in the 200. The virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 back underway on lap 26.
Much better start there by the leaders. And whoa! Oh, man!
Up the hill goes Ronnie Bassett Jr. off 4. Yarborough checks up. So does Langley. 3 wide in the corner. Battling is Robusto on the bottom. And it stacks the field behind them. And somehow they still stay together with 3 wide. Contact. It's a log jam. Car wrecks. It's going to be Ronnie Bassett Jr. Ronnie Bassett Jr. and the pole driver, Jared Fryer, up under the rear end of the car.
Wow.
Caution out. Look at this log jam of traffic that turned into a parking lot. Somehow they came out unscathed except for the 04 and the 14. Quapple might have got a piece of it. So did Brendan Queen, but he rolls away.
Wow.
Amazing. Another look at it again. And Cody, this is the nature of the race right here, right? I mean, you're stacking them up 3, 4 wide.
Yeah, you're. I mean, you think it's almost like it's the end of the race, but it's really not. You know, they're racing like, you know, there's 50 to go and not lap 27. So. And
another yellow flag out here, second one of the event.
And I want to say, Wesley, it looked like Bassett got a little loose, and it looked like Burrow got a little loose there and got into the door panel of Bassett. And Bassett had it saved, but the contact between him and Burrow shot him up the racetrack into the outside wall, and it was just scramble to get to the bottom to try to make it to pit road so he didn't have to cause the caution. And on the restart, it was just, and I mentioned this earlier in practice too, there's nowhere to go. I mean, when something happens at this racetrack, it's almost like, it reminds me of Dillon Motor Speedway. When something happens, the track is blocked. I mean, it's because it's so narrow.
Yeah, the only difference between South Boston and Dillon is it's like an egg-shaped part of the racetrack at Dillon, and you got different configuration of the corners. But to agree with your statement of the track is not wide enough. So literally, when you see, you hear me on the introduction say the track's 360 feet long from the retaining wall from the outside to the inside. Well, that sounds like a big number. Oh my God, 360 feet. Get all these cars out here at full song. It's not that. It's not anything of that imagination. And we've seen that happen with the logjam of traffic and the stack ups that we've seen here in the early going.
There you see it right there. The back of the field is still coming into 3 when the field's coming off of turn number 1. And
we're going back to green. And you were saying, Cody, as we go for a restart.
As you look there, I mean, you can see the field. They're as long as one set of corners here at South Boston. As we see Kitzmiller putting it 3 wide there because he's driving up the middle, Wesley.
Kitzmiller, monkey in the middle, powering like a hot knife through butter. Down on the inside is Pierce. Outside lane, the 4 Dudley. So is Waltz. And Brendan Queen says, excuse me, I'll follow you up the middle and do the same thing Kitzmiller's doing off 4.
And we got a new race leader. And here comes Robusto working on the outside of the 8 of Terceboro as they got 30 laps complete, and I feel like we got 50 to go the way they're racing.
Chad McCumbee up in front now. Man, what exciting racing we're seeing so far.
Lindley thought about putting it 3 wide.
Yeah, just a couple of caution flags. That's it. This race rolls on. Down into turn number 3. Working now off of 4th to the line. McCumbee, the new leader. Isabella Robusto in 2nd spot. You want to talk about some honors for that young lady? 2022 South Carolina 400 podium finisher. She finished 3rd. I think it's probably the biggest finish of her career, besides winning some, preliminary things at some local tracks for the South Carolina 400. That was the year also in 2022 that Butterbean Brendan Queen won at Florence. Good racing going on. Stalling, Jarborough, Quapple, Can, Pendleton. Oh! And Pendleton's in the wall. Pimbleton, hold on to it. Pimbleton, the 0 into the fence, fighting to stay up high. Grady nowhere to go as he got hung up on the outside like a rag doll. So is Lane Riggs. Connor Hall to the bottom.
Here comes Pierce. Pierce right there. Fryer trying to rebound. He got involved in that incident with the 04 of Ronnie Bassett, and they still managed to stay on the lead lap, and Fryer worked his way back up to the 17th position.
Connor Hall, Pimbleton battling for that spot. There goes the 2 of Brandon Pierce. He watches along the Thunder Road Harley Davidson entry number 2. Nonetheless, there's your leaders. McCumbee, Robusto, Burrow, top 3 single file. Clark and Sellers as we're closing in on lap number 40. Your top 5 with Clark and Sellers.
So we're back here on the best battle on the racetrack here. You got Dudley and Grady and Riggs, Fryer, Queen, and Pimbleton all working there as we see Kitzmiller. So we see him 3 wide earlier. He's working his way up there on the 21st position. And here comes Minnie Tyrell.
81 Minnie Tyrell moving into the top 25. He's in 23rd. Right now back up to the front with the leaders, with McCumbee leading. Robusto 2nd, Burrow 3rd, 1, 2, and 3. Clark and Sellers top 5, no change. As we go back to the top 12 and 13 spots, McCarty, McCaskill, Hall, Pierce. That is a big battle going on there in that log-driven traffic off 4. Boy, that's a storm brewing.
Oh, yeah, here comes Quapple and Deep McCaskill looking down at the bottom. McCarty working on the outside. Here comes Connor Hall. Connor Hall on that red 22 machine working on the outside there. Brandon Pierce. And they're working the way up top, and Nick McCaskill just patiently waiting, thinking about putting it 3 wide, Wesley, but I don't think he's going to do it right now.
Not yet. Don't adjust your TV picture just yet. McCarty up high. Here comes Quapple on the bottom. And McCaskill, who led in the early going to this race from starting on the outside of the front row, is mired back in traffic now after pitting. He's in 12th, but flying through the field as fast as he can.
As we see Pimbleton coming down pit road. It's upright for him, and it looks like Connor Jones is done for the day also. So
wow.
another driver done for the day here.
Landon Pimbleton had damage when he hit the wall, obviously, on that restart.
We got a battle for your race lead.
Chad McCumbee under attack now. This is Isabella Robusto to the bottom. Burrow on the outside, trying to go 3 wide. Thought about it, couldn't go to the outside. He shut the door. Robusto under attack now by Virginia's Burrow. Burrow up high.
Oh, dang.
Burrow sideways, slams the wall. Sellers gets the clear, so does Clark. And Burrow's in trouble. Car dropped to the bottom of the apron, and he's still not done smacking the inside wall. Caution's out. Wow. Chase Burrow putting us under the yellow flag here. And what a valiant effort he was trying to make, holding those guys off, the Virginia driver.
Him and Robusto.
Replay is coming. Wow.
Oh, man.
What a hit.
Let's see if we can't get on board with him here.
A driver that competes, again, as I mentioned, at Dominion, Langley, Sobo, all the big shows, runs on dirt, runs modified. Saw Chase Burrow, matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago at Virginia Motor Speedway. What a talent he is, Chase Burrow. Oh, boy.
Wesley, did we see anybody come down pit road is the question.
You know what? Part of me wants to say yes, but another part of me is like, you know what? You're literally 50 laps into this thing. You got about 50 laps to go. I think you can hold on to what you got tire-wise on your equipment and not pit.
And I think the only one that actually did come down pit road is Mini Tyrell. Mini Tyrell came down pit road. Not too sure if he's struggling with the race car or if he is just trying to figure something out there, as he did come down pit road. And I believe he is the only one that come down pit road, other than Chase Burrow.
Third caution of the race after, again, approaching lap 50. We're on lap 48 of 200.
And let's take a quick look at the track temp, Wesley. 90 degrees. The air temp's about 83. And beautiful night for a race in the virtual sim. And you couldn't ask for no better if you were at the track in real life.
Yeah, and by the way, this is later in the night too. So, you know, this is different than what we had at nightfall conditions whenever the street stocks and the mini stocks were out there on the track. So, caution out for the third time, about to be wrapped up. Very fast yellow flag. Thanks for joining us on Elevated TV Esports coverage of the 2024 virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200. I'm Wesley Outland, Cody Deemers alongside, and we're ready to bring this one back here to you. About to be 1/4 of the way, approaching lap 50. Pace cars on pit road. Here they come back to the restart zone, and we're back to green.
And Chase Burrow already going 3 wide, Wesley.
Burrow, man on the mission, the Virginia driver inside, battling the other driver from Hayes, Virginia, battling, of course, with Looney. And Burrow says, I'm done. He tried to go 3 wide, and then he decides to park it. McCumbee now up in front, battling Isabella Robusto.
Here comes Logan Clark, somebody we haven't talked about. Trevor Ward, Peyton Sellers.
Logan Clark, what a talented young man this driver is as well.
And you know, Wesley, I really didn't know about Logan Clark until I actually got into iRacing. And then I found out he was a Cars Tour driver.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a talented young man.
Yeah, in that RNS Race Cars Black Acid Racing Apparel Stables, number 15. Is Ford Mustang now up to second spot. The man out of Mechanicsville battling Isabella Robusto. And behind them is the 77 of Trevor Ward and Sellers. Door-to-door contact. Sellers at the wall. Sellers into the outside wall. Clearance is Steakhouse. Danville Toyota 26 in big trouble and still trying to fight to keep rolling. Gets into McQueen. Gets into Can. Gets into Quapple, and he spins and crashes. Carson Quapple involved. Kidsmiller involved. Diaz involved. Borst involved. Baston involved. Seelich involved. Yellow flag out again.
And we're 4 wide down the backstretch.
Boy, oh boy.
As we come back and look at the replay there.
Let's go all the way back to where probably Clark and Ward made contact with one another right about now. There you see it. Ward into the driver's side, into the wall. Right front goes the 26 of Sellers. Sellers battling, if you will, in that Toyota Camry to hold it together. And then he slams into Cam on the left side. He gets boxed in, Quapple. And then Jared Fryer make contact with him, and then everyone else behind them, I would say, is a secondary accident, obviously, Cody, because the track was blocked.
Yeah, for sure. And man, Fryer cannot catch a break with being an innocent bystander tonight. That is the second time down the backstretch somebody has spun, and he has went under the rear end of them.
The Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200 from Birchville South Boston Speedway rolls along. We're about 1/4 of the way through now. Just over a quarter of the way through on lap 53. 53 of 200 laps. And Chad McCumbee leads the way. Isabella Robusto is in second. Of course, Logan Clark third.
And the way it's looking, Wesley, we're not even going to need the halfway caution. The way they're racing.
Oh, yeah, we get a natural. natural caution.
And surprisingly, 30 cars and only 5 of them's a lap down. Connor Zilich, Jacob Borsch, Landon Pendleton, Mike Looney, Connor Jones. And Mike Looney struggled. He has struggled since the drop of the green flag. And, you know, tough break for him, so.
Isabella Robusto in that Mobile 1 Toyota Camry. The young lady out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, part of the Toyota Racing Development Driving Team Development Program. And she is right there battling along the AI version of Robusto, battling right there along with McCumbee. Chad McCumbee, Isabella Robusto, Logan Clark, Trevor Ward, back to green at Sobo on lap 54 of the 200. Boy, I love that rumble. I love that roar. Isabella, oh boy, here comes Robusto. Here comes IR up on the outside. McCumbee battles on the bottom. Couple of Fords and Toyotas battling for the lead here. Ward watches on. Clark on the inside. So is Langley in the mix as well as Stallings. Here comes Superman.
Yeah, Blake Stallings working there. You still got a battle for your race lead. Isabella Robusto hanging out on the outside. She is making the outside line work, but McCumbie's making the bottom work. Is he going to clear here and what are you in for? She's still there by a bumper, Wesley.
McCumbee, Robusto, Ward, Clark, Langley, top 5. Bottom 5 is Stalling, Charborough, McCarney, Can, and Quapple. 1/4 of the way through, over a quarter of the way through. Closing in on 40 remaining in the first half of the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 as McCumbee up the contact with Robusto. Robusto goes to the lead in turn number 1. Isabella Robusto, the new leader in the 55.
McCumbie's still right there, though, looking to try to go back to the outside. Here he goes. Yellow flag, caution's out.
Ronnie Bassett Jr. and Jacob Borst have crashed on lap number 59. Here's a look at it. Wonder if it happened in front of him. Look at this. We're 3 wide, 3 rows deep, and Carter Langley got spun around. Oh, wow.
Looks like Carter Langley started it all. So let's go by. It looks like they were 3 wide, almost 4 wide. See what happened here. Langley checks up. They're 3 wide. Gets into Yarborough. Yarborough gets into Langley. Shoots Langley into the wall. Langley trying to get back down to the bottom. And then tries to get out of the way and hits them barrels again and just spins it around. Them barrels.
Minnie Tyrell, Chase Burrow, Ronnie Bassett Jr., Jacob Borst, nowhere to go. Yeah, those sand barrels are unforgiving. They're like Uke tires in the dirt racing world, Cody.
Yeah, them dirt tires don't like you either if you get too low down there, and them barrels are about the same way. So definitely a testament to stay away from them. Wesley, I feel like, for this to be AI, I feel like this is real people. We run 4 or 5 laps without a caution.
It's been a good show so far. It has. It's definitely been interesting races. Isabella Robusto is up in front. Chad McCumbee second. Logan Clark third. We're getting ready to put the lights off on the pace car, I think, next time around, and we'll get ready to go back for a restart. Still a long way to go in this one, by the way. 59 laps.
Taking a quick look at our race summary here. 142 to go. 5 cautions and 5 lead changes. So not too bad of a race.
We mentioned the top 5, of course, with Logan Clark, Trevor Ward, Blake Stallings, Superman, as we call him, Bobby McCarty, Carson Quapple, Jessica Can, Lane Riggs. You see the scoring monitor go cattywampus. It's because it updates because caution laps do not count, so it stays to the previous lap to make sure timing and scoring is correct. That's what it'll do now as Dudley falls all the way to the back. And the field will make their way back to the Geico restart zone, or I'm sorry, the restart zone. Big cars in. I have a bad habit of doing that. We're back underway.
That's the NASCAR coming out of here.
Yeah. I mean, if it was Martinsville, we would say Geico restart.
McCumbee gets back
we done the race for tonight with Sobo. We've done the race at Martinsville before. Hell, another big show coming up for that Hampton Heat 200. We should probably maybe do an AI version of that.
Yeah, I plan that on that too. And I've started liking these big AI races. They're fun. I mean, getting you up here in the booth with me and doing these is starting to get fun. I mean, I used to do this kind of like weekly series, but I have more fun, honestly, with these one-off big races because you don't ever know what you're going to get.
Like McCumbee going back to the lead. Isabella Robusto falling back. Free falling like the lyrics to the Tom Petty song. Ball back to 4th. Here comes Stallings on the inside. Superman. 3 wide. The lady in the middle. Ward on the outside. Here comes out Quapple. And McCarty to get into this mix off of turn 4.
Ward hanging tough. Robusto hanging tough on the bottom. Stallings almost making the exit. Oh!
Langley! Carter Langley into Robusto. 3 wide and they save it. Wow.
Carter Langley coming out of the pits almost caused mayhem there. And everybody saves it. Everybody hangs on. Trying to regroup themselves to get back underway. And everybody trying to get around the 5 machine in Langley. But I think he's got fresh tires. There's no, he's ducking down pit road.
Carter Langley back onto the pit lane. Tough break for the defending South Boston late model stock champion. 3 wins this year also at Wake County Speedway on Friday night at America's favorite bull ring. McCumbee up in front, Clark second, Ward third, Robusto now back around Ward for 3rd spot. Stallings, McCarty down the top 5.
Chad McCumbee has driven away.
Oh yeah. Hey, he got around Robusto on that restart. He didn't look back. And we were talking about tire fall off, and it ain't much because look at how damn far McCumbee pulled away from everybody on that restart there, Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, he was gone.
Yeah, as we take a blimp shot here, I mean, you can just see Clark's, the only one in the shot with him, but Clark.
There's Clark finally popping in view. Yep.
And Logan Clark, though, is still, almost 2 seconds ahead of, Robusto.
McCumbee, Clark, Robusto back to third. She's fell 3 seconds back now to the leader. 30 laps to halfway. There will be a caution at lap 100. Natural, or if Cody forces to throw it. 23 cars on the lead lap right now. That's all there are. Everybody on back is either multiple laps down or out. Is Ward. Gets into Stalin. Stalin's up high. McCarty checks up. So does Quapple and Pierce. And they'll save it.
Wow.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th going at it big time, and they all save those 4 cars. Going to 3.
McCarty way up there in the marbles, trying to get around the 8 machine, and looks like Quapple's got some left front damage there as he works on there. And to have that left front damage, you'd never think it the way he's driving up the field.
Somebody said they're going with the 22 of Connor Hall. Right now, Connor Hall is in 11th outside the top 10, methodically, patiently working his way.
There he is. There you see him, the 22 machine, Connor Hall, trying to follow Butterbean Queen. As Butterbean Queen, we seen Lee Pulliam in his car earlier today in practice in the IR version of the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 practice session today. And he's racing in Nashville for, I believe, the Truck Series, Wesley.
That's right. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is running at Nashville Super Speedway. And in addition to running the race at North Wilkesboro, Butterbean Brendan Queen turned some heads, made the people happy, and he is not only running that race, he's running tonight at Nashville, and he'll be running in Kansas later on in the year as well for that truck team.
And that kid, Wesley, has done a lot. He has come a long ways from, doing his own thing to now he's driving for Lee Pulliam, and it just impresses me every time he goes out.
Super great kid, appreciative of the opportunities and the things that he's been having the chance to drive for, and obviously now being able to drive that Toyota number 1. And doing what he's doing right now. Hey, by the way, I just want to throw that out there. Butterbean Brendan Queen was on the pole for the truck race at Nashville. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but he was.
I did not know that. Man, that kid, I think if they would have had qualifying at Wilkesboro, I think he'd have done a lot better than where he finished. Anything he gets in and drives, he's fast, he's talented. There's nothing that he doesn't get in that he doesn't, go out there and set fast time. As we see Deke McCaskill way off the pace.
McCaskill in trouble, up high. He fights out of it and is able to continue along. Yeah, driving for Tricon Garage, and again, see where he's at right now. Matter of fact, let me go to NASCAR.com. Look at the truck standings. Deke McCaskill is in trouble as we're approaching halfway. McCaskill off the pace in the 08 machine.
He was leading the race earlier. Now he's fallen off. Got hit heavy right side damage. Looks like he has hit the wall hard, and he's going to make his way down pit road.
So they're on lap 101 of 150 in the Rackley Roofing 200. Cody Christian Eckes leads. Rajah Caruth is second. Daniel Dye, Ben Rhodes, Tyler Ankrum top 5. And let's see here. Brendan Queen on the lead lap in 16th.
So not doing too bad. Running 14th here in the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200, working on the outside of Fryer and Mini Tyrell. Everybody's starting. Looks like we're starting to get some laps in, Wesley.
And by the way, my apologies, Stuart Friesen was on the pole. At one time, Brendan Queen was up at the top of the board in qualifying, but then he fell back. So now you're caught up.
Yep, we're good to go. Burrow fighting his way back into it. He made his way back up in the 13th after put in the wall early on and then getting caught up in that wreck down the backstretch with Carter Langley. We got a yellow flag. Andrew Grady's wrecked. Andrew Grady parked on the backstretch there. The number 1 machine. Let's see what happened.
Gildan Shirts, ABC Hosiery, not entry. Andrew Grady, of course, putting us under the yellow flag.
We go way back. Here we go.
Driver to Knightdale, North Carolina.
What a lick.
Got into Lane Riggs, Yarborough. Oh, Lane Riggs into the left rear, into Langley. And Grady again drops to the inside, slams the inside wall again. And I think that's what done him in right there, Cody.
Yep, I'm guaranteeing knock the toe out, and that's what brought out the Thunder Road Harley Davidson caution.
So Christian Eckes is leading the truck race at Nashville. Daniel Dye up to second. Rajah Caruth again, as I mentioned. And we are closing in on the halfway mark of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200 at Sobo. I don't think anybody's going to pit because, honestly, Cody, they know that they're going to get a caution in 10 laps.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely don't think anybody's going to come down pit road. Looks like mini Tyrell's falling to the back. Looks like we're going to be getting the one to green next time by. So definitely. And Chad McCumbee worked his way back up around Robusto, and Robusto fell back to third. So, great driving there in that Aaron's machine. Looks like somebody did come down the pit road. It looks like Andrew Grady was on pit road and fixing that damage. And we got the one to green here, Wesley.
So let's set up the new top 10 for you here now as we're closing in on 10 laps. 11 laps, actually, if you want to be honest. 11 laps to the halfway mark of this race. McCumbee, Clark, Robusto, Stallings, McCartney, top 5. Ward, Quapple, Pierce, Hall, and Can. Top 10, first 5 rows. Pace car in, back and away. McCumbee slips on the bottom. Clark to the outside, and Ward's hard into the outside wall. Trevor Ward in trouble, sideways into Pierce. Pierce head on firewall into the wall as well. Kitzmiller involved, so is Fryer and others. Caution out.
Pierce with a lot of heavy right front damage. Lost the nose of that race car. What a caution flag that was.
Here's a replay of what just happened on the restart. And ironically, the Thunder Road Harley Davidson number 2 of Brandon Pierce is the innocent adversary. Head on into the wall. Look at the replay here. Ward in trouble. Ward hooks him. I don't think he meant to.
Yeah, I don't
think he meant to, but he got him. Ward hooked the right rear. Here's a look at it again. Nothing Brandon Pierce could do right there, but hold on. That's all he could do.
Yeah, definitely a tough break there for the number 2 machine, and I'm sure his day is probably going to be done as the motor is sitting in his lap. What a
heartbreak for Brandon Pierce. Of course, driver of the number 2 Thunder Road Harley Davidson Carroll Speed Shop Camaro. He runs, of course, on the Z-Max Cars Tour and the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series. Wow.
Yeah, that was a very, very tough lick there as we see Peyton Sellers coming down pit road, Mason Diaz, Brendan Queen, Jessica Can.
From Kernersville, North Carolina is where he's from.
As of
Wow.
as of right now, Dick McCaskill at the halfway break will get his lap back. $30 cars, 21 of them on the lead lap. We got the one to green, Wesley.
Boy, the other motorsports industry hurt, and we mentioned the incident that happened at Jacksonville Speedway in Illinois with a sprint car accident going in the grandstands and the fencing in the infield. Also, Lizzie Musey, drag racer for PDRA, NHRA. She passed away, lost her battle with cancer. And obviously our thoughts and prayers are still for John. Back of the way. Approaching halfway here in the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 at Virtual Sobo.
And look who's up front, Wesley. McCumbee, Superman.
McCumbee and Superman Stallings on the outside.
Stallings work on the outside line, trying to clear McCumbee. McCumbee on the bottom. Stallings going to cut down in front of him. McCumbee going to try to cross him up. Not going to work. New race leader, Blake Stallings here at South Boston.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it is Superman in a race car. Blake Stallings to the lead before halfway on lap 93. Chad McCumbee back to second. McCarty to third. Robusto still in the top 5 along with Hall. Hall battles now with Carson Quapple. They work off 2.
Here comes Hall on the outside of Robusto. This is for the 4th position. Connor Hall started deep in the field. Has worked his way up into the top 5, and he's working on 4th here.
Connor Hall, autos by Nelson, PPG paint entry, double deuce up high on the bottom, the double nickel, Robusto. Battling for 4th and 5th. Halfway, lap 100, and then a caution. They got to complete the halfway lap, though. They've got to complete lap 100, and then the yellow flag will fall. Robusto just hanging on. I think her tires are gone, Cody.
Yeah, I definitely think everybody's tires are starting to go away, and I think Blake Stallings has saved. I mean, he is still running away with this thing. I mean, he's starting to pull it little by little by little from McCumbee. And I think he has saved his stuff, and McCumbee has burnt his up a little bit. So next time by will be the lap 100. When they come back to lap 101, we will have the halfway caution.
Coming off of turn 4, here he comes to the line. Halfway next time by. Lap 99 on the board. Remember, they got to cross the line at lap 100, and then the caution will be thrown. Superman Blake Stallings works his way off of turn number 4. Here he comes down to the line, and he will be leading at halfway here in the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson Virtual AI 200 at South Boston. Blake Stallings up 12 spots to get the lead with about 7 remaining in the first part of this race as we're halfway home, Cody.
Yes, we'll take a quick look here at the statistics. 9 laps leg. He started 13th. His lowest was 18th. He's moved up to first, and he has gained 12 positions, and he is on a 76-lap stint there, Wesley.
Blake Stallings, one of those drivers they call Superman, and of course, you can see him at Ace Speedway, Orange County, Caraway, the Cars Tour, and so much more. And right now, the driver, of course, of that number 77 machine, he works for RNS Race Cars, but the man resides out of Danville, Virginia. And right now, he is the man up in front in the 2024 virtual AI version of the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200. All right, they're going to be pitting, Cody. What are you going to see being done? What are they going to do here? Just tires, adjustments. What do you think we'll watch them do?
I'm not too sure. You know, if they do pit, I'm not even too sure if they are going to pit. They should pit. But I think when they do pit, they're going to be taking 4 tires and a fast repair if they haven't already took it. I'm not too sure if they'll take their fast repair unless they absolutely need it. But I'm sure you'll see 4 tires, and you may see a little of adjustments to try to tighten these race cars up a little bit. And I'm not seeing anybody coming down pit road.
Is it mandatory or is it optional?
It's optional. They do not have to pit unless they absolutely want to. So they, as we see, got Carter Langley coming down pit road. And looks like somebody else thought about coming down pit road. I'm not too sure who that was. Looked like somebody had come down pit road. Looks like a couple of your cars in the back of the pack have made the pit road. Mike Looney's on pit road. So as we're getting the one to green here, Wesley.
So, nobody really taking the opportunity at the competition caution at lap 100 to pit, except for a guy that had problems earlier, Carter Langley, who, by the way, is 14 laps down in 29th spot.
And I'm getting word from pit report that Carter Langley is done for the day.
Blake Stallings, Chad McCumbee, front row, back underway for the second half of the Thunder Road 200. 99 laps to go. Contact, Stallings into McCumbee. Hall and McCarty watch on. Stallings off the pace. McCumbee back to the lead. The 16 in front. Hall up high. So is Quapple. So is Robusto on the bottom, hooking up with Stallings and McCarty. And they're now going to stack them up 3 wide as McCarty's in the middle. And there's contact. Robusto into McCarty, McCarty into Quapple. And they're still going to go 3 wide around into turn 2. Unbelievable.
They saved them race cars. And they're 3 wide per second.
Contact. Stallings. And Robusto. Stallings. Superman into the wall.
Broke his right front. Right front is broke on the 77 machine.
And he stacks the field behind him like sardines, going into the wall again is Superman in 3. Caution will come out. Blake Stallings from Danville, Virginia, out of the Thunder Road 200. A restart, and he breaks the right front spindle. He's into the wall.
So go back and look.
Wow.
And if you look underneath the car, Wesley, once he hits the wall, you can see the sparks flying.
Bam! And you can see that he chopped it down. Maybe you just tell that he totally lost the handling. Suspension's gone to the right front of that race car.
Yep. Hits the wall there again. Can't turn the race car. And great job by everybody to stay out of the way as we see Carter Langley back out on the racetrack. So a lot of everybody trying to keep their composure. And
Blake Stallings will be at the Thunder Road 200 tomorrow. By the way, don't forget, Flow Racing will have coverage of that event if you can't be there live. I know Brandon Brown, the promoter, general manager, is expecting a massive crowd and a sellout. But the obviously, their big race, their marquee event for many years now is the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. That big race tomorrow night, and it will be live on Flow Racing as well.
And I believe, Wesley, when we talked about it, they said they start 42 or 43 cars.
Yep.
So that's going to be a wild one.
42 cars around a 4/10 mile racetrack.
That's a pile of them.
All right. We'll try this again here. 94 laps to go when they come to the green.
Taking a quick look at your race summary. 94 going to be coming to the green. 9 cautions, 1 caution lap, and 8 lead changes.
And this race so far for the first half, Cody, has been highly entertaining, no doubt. It's been a good one.
Yes, and the first 100 laps they have raced like they've racing for 50 laps to go. So definitely going to be an exciting second half, and we're already starting off interesting with Blake Stallings getting in the wall and knocking the right front off. So definitely going to hurt him as he's going to go a lap downward from the damage, trying to get it fixed.
South Boston Speedway, located in the Commonwealth of Virginia, 0.4 of a mile. It's an asphalt oval track. 12 degrees of banking, 10 degrees exactly on the straightaway at 360 feet long from the front to the back, width at 45 feet, backstretch 260 feet.
And Wesley, before we go green here, I just want to take a quick look here at Connor Hall. Has gained 3 spots. He started 5th. So, and fell back all the way to the very back. So, definitely a good job for him as we're back underway.
The virtual thundering herd back to chomp at the bit at Sobo. McCumbee back on the clear in front. Hall now to second. Here comes Robusto battling back for third. McCartney, though, on the outside takes the podium spot back to 1.
Here comes Jared Fryer working that outside groove as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Jared Fryer on the outside of that 2 machine. That's Matt Waltz. Matt Waltz going to be one of the competitors tomorrow in the Thunder Road 200.
The Kings Ready Mart, number 14 out of Greenville, North Carolina, Jared Fryer. Trying to get back into the top 5. The pole driver, might I add. The man that started on the pole. Falling back now. That might have been a strategy.
Whoa.
Whoa, Hall checked up out of 2. A little wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble. Robusto to the rear end. He couldn't get there. She couldn't get there. Neither could McCarty. 22 holds on. 90 to go.
Here comes Robusto trying to fight back on the outside of the 6 machine of Bobby McCarty. Hall way off the pace. Goes down low, but Rusto's going to go to the outside. This is a battle for second, third, and 4th.
Chad McCumbee leading the way. Hall to that second spot.
Hall fighting that race car. Trying to hang on to it very, very loose as here comes Matt Waltz. And Wesley, you can start to see the groove coming in up there on that outside from the cars running very up all the way almost to the top of the racetrack.
Working again off the corner. It's Chad McCumbee up in front, the Mullins, South Carolina driver, leading the way. Connor Hall to second. Isabella Robusto now back to third. McCarty and Walt battle.
There in that number 2 machine working the outside. Carson Quaffle crossed him up. He crossed the 8 of him. Carson Quaffle back up. Here comes Yarborough. Yarborough trying to throw his nose in there. Fryer working his way back up into the top 5.
Yarborough off the pace. The 95 battles back. The man out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Actually, if you want to be honest, he's from Conway, South Carolina. The little small town, Cody Deemers, before you cross in to Myrtle Beach.
He's from way down yonder. We got a 3-way battle for second.
Check out that 95 machine every week, of course, at Florence Motor Speedway. That's right now back straightaway now. They roll into the corner again into turn number 3. It's McCumbee up in front. Chad McCumbee leading the way. Connor Hall in second. There is McCarty and Robusto battling for third. Behind them is Quapple, Waltz, Yarborough, and Riggs going at it.
Yarborough throws it down to the bottom of the 8 machine. Riggs way up high. Yarborough
That's Riggs and Pierce, by the way, as I was talking about. Riggs and Pierce behind them battling. There it is. And how about, and Cody, how about this? You saw the firewall shot that the Chevrolet number 2 of Brandon Pierce had. Look at him battling back, and he's right back in the top 10 here.
Yeah, and you know, thanks to iRacing, that's the wonderful tool of saving your fast repair. He has probably saved his fast repair till then, And then it's almost like an Insta-pop. And I got a clean race car, so you don't have to spin running. Ronnie Bassett Jr.'s hard to
Problems for the Winston-Salem, North Carolina driver. Jerry Hunt Supercenter 04 in trouble. Somehow saved it around Queen and the driver of Burrow, but he holds up Zelich and McCaskill. And Ronnie Bassett's on pit road.
Nope, he missed the pit entrance. And he's going to pull around, and I thought he was going to stop in front of your leaders, but I think he's going to make it to pit road. As the field there, you see the lead lap cars working around him. As it looks like he is going to miss pit road this time again. So, and here comes the field.
Caution out. Had a feeling it was coming. Chad McCumbee with a problem. The leader, Chad McCumbee, I believe, crashing. No, I'm sorry. Actually, he's okay. We just got to find out what it was that happened.
Ronnie Bassett Jr., let's see.
So Ronnie Bassett with all of his problems, and finally a yellow flag was thrown for the 04.
See if we can't go back and figure out what happened with the 04 machine.
So Ronnie Bassett, there you see him in the orange and white Jerry Hunt Supercenter 04. There it is, that Chevrolet. Right there. Whoa, Cody. Got a little too ahead of yourself, brother. And watch this. Shot into the wall. Then he stacks up traffic behind them as Diaz and Sellers go by. Then these other drivers playing stack up. Connor Zelich, Deke McCaskill, Chase Burrow, Connor Jones, and somehow Bassett still holding up cars. Carter Langley, Deke McCaskill, and then the yellow flag got through.
Yeah, tough break. I mean, he has struggled all afternoon. I mean, he started towards the front of the field, I believe, like 5th or 6th, and somewhere along in there, and had that first incident, rebounded from it, and then fell back to the back, and now he's, used his fast repair already, so now he's definitely in a pickle.
Want to let everybody know the big show tomorrow will be on Flow Racing. Of course, that is the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 from South Boston Speedway. They've been practicing all day long. Their final practice and qualifying leads up to the big race tomorrow night. It'll be live on Flow Racing if you can't be at Sobo. Brandon Brown, I know, will have no problem in me saying that they encourage you and yours to be there. Oh, and by the way, check out that delicious South Boston bologna burger.
Yes, very, very good bologna burgers.
It is. I'm a connoisseur of bologna burgers. I still think the best was at With Raceway. Second best would probably be Dillon Motor Speedway, but South Boston does have a pretty good bologna burger. We're back to green. Enough talk about food. 75 to go in the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson Virtual AI 200 at South Boston.
Connor Hall working on the outside, and he's going to clear the 16. Here comes Bobby McCarty looking about putting it 3 wide, and Wesley is getting down to the nitty-gritty here. And everybody up front being impatient. Here comes Matt Waltz in the tube machine.
And here comes Connor Hall now, the new leader. Only fitting for the number 22. Connor Hall from Hampton, Virginia. One of the dominators of the Cars Tour, as well as the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series defending national champion of last year to the lead. McCumbee to second, McCarty to third, Robusto, Yarborough, Waltz, Quapple, sounds like a law firm.
As they work off a 2 down the back straightaway, Waltz hanging tough on the outside of the 55. Here comes Quapple. Quapple way down to the middle. Waltz way up high. As here comes the 8 machine, thinking about putting it 3 wide. Knows he's got to go. Knows he's running out of time to get to the front. And he thought about squeezing it.
Thought about going to the left rear. Waltz up high. The number 2 inside, Sam Yarborough. So is Quapple. There is Fryer. And somehow they hold it together. There's contact into the left rear. Yarborough from the shot by Quapple. And they hold it together. 70 to go.
Yarborough working on the inside. Here comes Fryer. Fryer working his way back. He's trying to get around Quapple. That's for the 7th position as they work down the back straightaway into 3.
Superman Blake Stallings popping back into view again. He's back in 29th though. There are 18 cars on the lead lap as we're under 70 remaining here at Sobo.
Walt still battling tough. Looks like the bottom of the bottom line starting to come in here. You got the 8 machine, the Quapple on the bottom of Walt's. Walt's still stuck on the outside. Fryer stuck on the outside. Here comes Pierce after that nasty crash earlier. He's worked his way back into the top 10. Fryer juts down to the bottom in front of him. Yarborough holds up the bottom now.
Waltz up high inside. Here comes Quapple. Quapple now opens the middle lane to Jared Fryer. Fryer now trying to battle back with Waltz up high. This is for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. 10th, if you will, with Pierce. And they're trying to get around lap traffic of Superman Stallings, who Blake Stallings was leading at halfway on the restart. After halfway, got taken out in the 77 car. Back on track, but multiple laps down, Cody, as we're closing in on lap number 136.
Yeah, he definitely was struggling earlier, as of right now, and definitely was a strong and probably even a contender to win earlier. And now he's just kind of fighting to make up laps. So
here's something to think about. Connor Hall pitted one time, lap 25. Chad McCumbee, Bobby McCarty, Isabella Robusto, and Carson Quapple have not pitted at all in this race. Can they go the distance? That's the question. Or there's going to be tire fall off eventually as we have 60 laps to go, Cody.
Yeah, Connor Hall was starting to open up the lead on everybody. And Wesley, you've got to think, he's still got that right front damage. He's got that right front fender damage. So you got to think, is that going to hurt him? Is that going to eventually make his car fall off? Then you got to think about gas as we look at some statistics here on the number 22. You know, he's on a 116 lap stint.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to think, is he going to run out of gas? You know, does he got to pit for gas again? So there's a lot of things to think about still. And
you think about Connor Hall, who pitted on lap 25. What about these other guys that have not pitted at all?
Right.
Like McCumbee, like McCarty, like Robusto, like Quapple. They haven't pitted at all in this race as we're closing in on 3/4 completed.
Yeah, they definitely got to begin to wonder if they're going to make the distance. I think if you get a long green flag run like we're seeing here, I think you're going to see tire fall off. I think you're going to see, you know, because the first half of the race, we had caution after caution, run 5 or 6 laps after caution. So they never got that stretch to burn their tires up. So now I think we get a long green flag run here, you're definitely going to start to see people start falling off.
Jared Fryer, pole driver, back on the bottom of the racetrack, off the pace now. Fryer is in 8th. At one time, he was the Pied Piper of the race. Now, ready to get to the home stretch of this thing. Here at the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. The big show tomorrow night will be on Flow Racing. As they work down the back straightaway, there goes Sellers inside, battling Clark in the 15 RNS race cars entry.
And Wesley, we've seen all these cars early on up in the front, and now all of them in the back, and some of them even on a lap down.
There's the leader. There's second. Connor Hall. Oh, virtual or reality, Cody. It's only fitting that you got to give a guy credit where credit's due. I mean, this guy kick butts and takes names all over.
Even
Connor
on the
Hall,
virtual side.
Even on the virtual world, exactly as I was about to say.
And McCumbie's reeling him in. So we look down here from the blimp cam, you can slowly see McCumbie closing the distance. Slowly but surely on that number 22 machine. Brought it from a second and a half to almost a second now, Wesley.
And you got to remember, too, Chad McCumbie has not pitted any in this race so far.
Yeah, and you got to begin to wonder, has he saved it? It definitely looks like the car is starting to... Tires are starting to fall off a little bit on the 16 machine, but he's trying to find a different racing line to make the tires work as he's reeling the number 22 machine in.
Or Connor Hall is conserving.
Yeah, that could be the case too. Let's go on board here with Connor Hall and let's get a speed difference.
Trajectory. Let's get a trajectory.
Yeah, that word.
Analysis there. Yeah, there you go. Big word.
Right. As we see Connor Hall about 86 miles an hour in the corners, and then we go to Chad McCumbie. Chad McCumbie's only running about the same. Actually, Chad McCumbie's hitting 100 mile an hour through the corners, whereas Connor Hall is only running 70, 80 mile an hour. So, big test of the tail there if,
Clark on pit road. Logan Clark on pit road, giving up a decent top 10 run. 15 is in. And any fool can see that Connor Hall is being ran down by his predecessor, that is McCumbie. Predator and prey is going on here, kitty. The 16 is after the big red 22.
Yeah, McCumbie definitely reeling him in. But, there again, Wesley, you got to think, is Connor Hall saving? Does Connor Hall know that there is going to be another caution? Does Connor Hall know McCumbie's looking to be inside?
McCumbie is there, drops on the bottom of the apron, inside, door-to-door for the lead. 40 laps to go, contacted with McCumbie and Hall, into one another again. Virtual late model stock car short track racing at its finest at the 200. McCumbie, Hall, door slam each other again going to turn one. It's magical.
It's like they're really in the cars racing, door banging each other. Wow. The 16 on the bottom of Chad McCumbie, and they're going to door bang again as they work through 3 and 4.
McCumbie, plenty of room on the inside. Hall about pitched him in. They're going to 1. Oh, my goodness. They might be the caution, Cody.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. And McCumbie is going to clear. Well, here comes Connor Hall back to the bottom.
The old cliche, it is one thing to run somebody down. It's another thing to get around them. We just saw that come to fruition in the virtual world at Sobo just a moment ago. With under 40 laps to go now. Chad McCumbie is up in front. Connor Hall back to second. McCarty, Quapple, Robusto, they're all off in La La Land. They're nowhere in sight where these guys were battling for the win here. And if we don't get a caution, this might be the settling of the race right here.
And Wesley, look, we got Logan Clark's on pit road. Mutt Waltz's on pit road. Garborough's on pit road. Green flag pit stop starting to happen here. I feel like it was NASCAR, not late model stock racing in South Boston.
Can't believe we're seeing that, and still 4 drivers have not pitted. That includes Chad McCumbie, who's up in front. Bobby McCarty's in now. Bobby McCarty is pitting. So is Quapple or Robusto going to pit? That's the question. And McCumbie, is he going to pit?
You got to begin to wonder. Everybody's got to at least make one pit stop in this race. So the question is, who's going to? Whoa! McCumbie.
And here we go again with McCarty. McCarty and Hall.
Burrow's
was
down pit road.
there in that mix a moment ago as McCumbee was fighting around McCarty. So now is the 22. And McCarty's in trouble. McCarty's going to drop onto the pit lane. The Madison, North Carolina driver behind the wall here on lap 170, approaching 170, 30 to go.
He's the most exciting thing as we see Lane Riggs trying to get around Kitzmiller. That's for 8th. Then you got Robusto on the bottom of Superman there. Superman laps upon laps down. Right now, the best battle of the track's the 99 of Riggs and Kitzmiller.
Chad McCumbee up in front. 30 laps to go now. And we got a problem. Walt's up high. He's off the pace. Kitzmiller just squeezed through the two off the pace there. Battling with Borston, Riggs, and McQueen. And now Waltz is on the inside. Wow. Matt Waltz is in trouble in the 2 car.
Looks like he is gonna make it to pit road. No. Like he's staying on the bottom, just kind of riding. There's your leaders, McCumbee and Hall. As you see him go around, and we got a caution. Deke McCaskill is around.
Man who led earlier in the race from starting on the outside of the front row. Raleigh, North Carolina's Deke McCaskill. Pure Gear Tank Line, Solid Rock Carriers, number 08, putting us under caution. Here is a look at what happened to him on the speedway. That's Andrew Grady contacting the Grady and McCarr. Well, Yarborough weasels by. So did Bassett, and the McCaskill hit the wall, and I think he broke something there, Cody.
Yeah, definitely looks like he broke something there. I'm just trying to limp it around and try to get back to pit road, and the car wouldn't turn. Knew the leaders were coming, so he just parked it down low, up out of the way to draw the caution there.
McCumbee, Quapple, and Robusto. Do you pit? You said earlier, Cody, that you have to at least make one pit stop in this race. They've not done it yet on lap 172.
Yeah, with the iRacing fixed setup that they're on, you have to make at least one pit stop. And you got to begin to wonder: is McCumbee going to try to weasel it way down to the end, and try to push it, and hope for a late race caution to pit and make his way back up? But I even think with a late race caution, he's still going to mess himself up because everybody else is pitted, and they know they've had that one pit stop. And I think Connor Hall has set himself up for success if McCumbee does pit.
Bobby McCartney back in, Trevor Ward back in, Chase Burrow back in, Jason Kitzmiller is on the pit exit after he pitted. So did Matt Waltz, obviously. Logan Clark on pit road again. And I know that our audience on Facebook and YouTube, they don't have the fancy bells and whistle gadgets that we have, but we have like literally raw timing and scoring and track maps and events and fuel consumptions and all this, and you're literally looking at Chad McCumbee, who's in first, Carson Quapple in third, and Isabella Robusto in sixth. None of those drivers have pitted yet. You have to at least make one pit stop in this race. So what happens, Cody, if they don't pit? Are they disqualified, basically?
No, if they don't pit, they just don't pit. It's close on fuel. You should have to pit but one time, but I have seen in these circumstances where with this track being so short, they can save the 3 laps of fuel and not have to pit.
27 laps to go in the 200. Contact. Oh boy, McCumbee, Hall, door slamming one another, and it stacks the field behind them with Quapple and Fryer. Pierce back in the top 5. Are you kidding me? Robusto. Oh my Mike. Here comes Queen on the outside.
Brendan Queen, we were just talking about him. We're 3 wide. 3 wide. He pushes it through the middle of Robusto and Fryer.
Here comes Butterbean. Brendan Queen, 3 wide, man on a mission. Matt Walsh to the inside. 25 laps to go in the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. Quapple a little sideways there. He had a run on McCumbee for the lead. These drivers haven't pitted.
Quapple and McCumbee, top two, have not pitted. Robusto in fifth. And Quapple, Connor Hall. Connor Hall, 4 tires on the concrete.
Connor Hall could have almost door slammed the rear end of Quapple's car in the left rear, and he backed away.
Here comes Queen. Butterbean Queen on the outside.
Wow. Amazing Butterbean. Butterbean. Here comes the Chesapeake, Virginia driver. Butterbean, Brendan Queen. Brendan Queen taking it to him here on the street start. He waited for the right time to pounce, and he's going for it now.
New race leader here at Somo. It's going to be the 03 of Butterbean McQueen.
The Chesapeake, Virginia driver is in the lead. Butterbean, Brendan Queen for Lee Pulliam Performance.
Quapple.
Up in front, Quapple in trouble. The Junior Motorsports 8 Chevrolet in the wall.
Quapple's tires are gone. Quapple's tires are gone. He has no. Whoa!
And remember, he isn't pitted yet. Brendan Queen. He's pitted twice. Last time at lap 91. Is strategy in favor of Butterbean.
18 to go. McCumbie's tires are gone. Here comes Can to the inside. Oh, big time loose.
Jessica Can down to second, trying to battle Chad McCumbee. And there's contact. Can into McCumbee. Can battles back at that black acid racing apparel 19. And there's contact. Almost into McCumbee again. And Hall and Quapple. You got action everywhere, Cody. Don't have an aneurysm.
I know. I'm trying to get somebody good, but everybody's so good. McCumbee, Can. Here comes Quapple. Quapple and Carson. Oh, my goodness. Oh, big wreck.
Quapple around. The battle of the eights, the crazy eights. Chase Burrow, Carson Quapple. Crash and caution out on lap number 185. 15 to go. Here in South Boston.
And here's your replay.
Oh,
what happened.
No. Quapple got the short end of the stick. It should have been more cars than just the 8 car. Look at that. Into Burrow with driver's side. Peyton Sellers luckily on the blinders to check up and miss him.
So we go back.
Or under caution. Wow. Man, oh man. Wow. Here's a replay. 15 laps to go. Now, Cody, does McCumbee come into pit now? He realizes his tires are shot. Connor Hall.
I definitely think he's going to pit. Brendan Queen's coming down pit road.
Brendan Queen is coming down pit road now. What in the world? Brendan Queen is giving up position. He's on pit road.
That's going to put Jessica Can in the lead. What a turn of events.
Brendan Queen is in and out already on pit road. What did he do? You think he made a mistake?
Yeah, I definitely think he might have went down pit road there at the wrong time, and definitely not what he wanted to see there.
Because as quick as he entered pit road, he quickly exited. Here's the positive thing for Queen though. Butterbean Brendan Queen is going to be at least in the top 10 because there's only 10 cars in the lead lap. That's it.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be more because 15 to go. Action's probably going to get more crazier as we see Burrow coming down pit road. He's 14 laps down, and yeah, there's craziness going on everywhere. Jessica Can though, she's the leader. Wesley McCumbee's still in it.
Jessica Can is the new driver up in front. The Black Acid Racing Apparel number 19. For how long, though? Chad McCumbee. right there alongside. Field to get ready to double up 2x2x2 after the choose rule.
Looks like
McCumbie's going to battle right alongside Can for the restart.
Looks like Zilich and Brost get the lucky dog, get the waiver rounds. Try to get some laps back. Brost is on the lead lap now.
Jessica Can, Chad McCumbie on the front row, Connor Hall, Jared Fryer, Peyton Sellers, top 5 to the home stretch we go with the 200.
And remember, McCumbie has not pitted yet. Still has not pitted. And he is still fighting tooth and nail on the outside to get around Jessica Can.
Here's the only thing you can remember. The caution comes out. They have about 5 or so laps under caution. That lets the tires cool off. Will that work for McCumbie? Jared Fryer, the pole driver, is back up in front.
Oh, McCumbie big time loose. His tires have got to be gone.
Hall to the inside of McCumbie. Sellers on the bottom as well. Yarborough, full steam coming through to the inside. Contact. McCumbie in the wall. Sellers, and they bounce off of one another. McCumbie in the fence. Contact in the Yarborough again. 12 to go, 11 to go at Sobo. Unbelievable.
McCumbie's car is definitely, his tires are gone. As we go back up front, Jessica Can out front. Here comes Jared Fryer.
Jessica Can up in front for this race with 10 to go. Oh, for all you ladies out there. Can is leading. Fryer is second. Hall is third. They're getting around the lap machine at Carter Langley.
What a turn of events the end of this race has brought.
Boy, Carter Langley had bad luck at the get-go. Just never recovered back from it. Now he boxes lead traffic like Sellers and Yarborough and McCumbie. Nowhere to go. This is lap traffic in the top 5. 8 remaining now.
Peyton Sellers trying to get around Langley. Here comes Yarborough. Hall trying to get around Langley. Walt's still on the bottle hanging on. He's going to back the track up. Here comes Sellers powering on the outside. Walt's going to go down pit road.
Jessica Can has about a 2-second lead over Jared Fryer. There is a lap machine, Jacob Borst, splitting the leader from second of Fryer. Can holding on. Can do it. 5 to go here at Sobo, this time by Jessica Can leading. This will never happen in real life. Oh.
Wow. Jessica Can out front, and then the black ass of number 19. And then you got Jared Fryer as, whoa! Peyton Sellers cracking on the back door of the 14 for second.
Got all love for Jessica Can. I really do. But she just doesn't have the car, or the equipment, or the program that some of these other elites do. But on this virtual world, this virtual night, right now, it's Jared Fryer, the pole car into the wall. Bonsai's off the concrete after getting into the outside pole driver of McCaskill, a lap car.
And he's not happy.
3 wide, Sellers up high. Connor Hall on the inside of this scramble. And well, that goes on. 2 to go here in the 200. And there's a caution.
Wow.
Oh my, caution is out. This will change everything.
Matt Waltz has crashed.
Matt Waltz around, caution out with 2 laps to go.
That car, Wesley, is tore up.
In all honesty, they were coming to the white flag. Jessica Can was looking for the white flag off of turn 2 back straightaway when the caution fell. She was literally looking for the white flag lap at lap 199, Cody. That's how close it was.
That is how close it was. Wow. And you know, you got to think, these cars that weren't in it are in it now. I mean, this
and,
is...
and now we're going to overtime. And remember, as you mentioned, 3 attempts at overtime, Cody.
Yep. And yeah, if we don't make it around the first time, it's going to be interesting the second time. And Yarborough and Bross Langley should get the free pass here to get around the pace car, or they're going to either get told to drop to the back of the field by iRacing. So we'll see here in just a minute. May have to delay this caution if they have to drop to the back since they're so far forward to get the lead lap cars to catch back up. Tough break, though, for, Stallings, Looney, Zilich, cars that were in the the top 10, top 12 in qualifying, getting wrecked early on. I mean, you just can't ask for nothing no worse.
And Chad McCumbee and Isabella Robusto have still not pitted. Jessica Can up in front. She's pitted 3 times. Last time on lap 173. Peyton Sellers in second. He pitted twice. He last pitted on lap 91. Connor Hall pitted once on lap 25. So did Jared Fryer. All right, Cody, going to overtime here in the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. What's the rules here as we go to the shootout?
3 attempts at a green-white checker. And as long as they hit in the start zone, they're good. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to, if Sellers can get it done, or if Connor Hall can pull something out of his tail and win this thing, or if even Jessica can pull off the upset win. So looks like it's going to be a green and white, and then they'll be coming back to the checkered. And it's going to be a single file restart.
Shootout time coming up. Back underway. Overtime, number 1.
Here comes Sellers.
Look at Sellers up the middle. Clearance's Steakhouse, Danville Toyota Camry trying to go after cannot get there, but they're working off the corner. There's the white flag. Checkered flag is going to wave. It's a one-lap shootout.
Connor Hall's going to win it.
What am I missing here? What in the world just happened?
Connor Hall won it. Jessica Can and Peyton Sellers ducked to pit road for some god-awful reason, and Connor Hall is going to win it. No way!
Can we go back to the restart? What in the hell just happened? What in the world?
What in the world?
I'm confused myself. What in the world went on? What are they doing?
So
was it a one-lap shootout instead of 2? I thought it was a green-white checker.
No. So they were coming, when they took the green flag, they were coming to the green and the white at the same time because there was 2 laps to go. And then when they come back around, they were hitting the checker. So it was only like a 1-lap shootout.
Wow.
So here we come to Jessica Can.
All right, and it's single file, too. That was the only thing in favor of, if you will.
Green flag here.
I'm confused. I don't know what happened. I thought it was a green-white checker finish. I guess they said, no, it's just going to be a 1-lap shootout. That's what it was. Look at this. Final time.
And then
Can and Sellers pull off the racetrack? What the hell are you doing? Oh my goodness!
Oh look, they're 3 wide back there. If we go back there,
and Connor Hall's gonna win the race.
Yeah, check them out right here. They come. Brendan Queen says, "I'm putting it 3 wide. We're last lapping it."
Butterbean, hold my beer.
Oh, look at Lele getting Carter Lele in this wall. We go back here. Look at this. Minnie Tyrell stuffs him in the wall. He puts it 3 wide.
Wow.
What a finish. Exciting night.
Unbelievable. That's all I could think. That's all I could say. My goodness. Wow. The only thing that I can recollect, honestly, the only thing that I can think of, the two drivers of Can and McCumbee, was it Sellers? Can and Sellers, they thought the race was over when they come to the line. I don't know. I mean, somebody made a mistake.
Yeah, definitely somebody, for sure made a mistake there.
Connor Hall wins. And who fitting to win it did, right? I mean, look at how damn good this guy's been. Defending, national champion. He wins all the big shows. He won the car show. He's won at Langley. NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts national champion. Yeah, Connor Hall, way to go. Hampton, Virginia, proud again.
Yeah, and let's just take a look at his statistics here.
He never pitted.
He never.
No, he did pit. Yeah. No, he did pit. Never mind, he did pit.
Yeah, he was on a 174 lap stint, so he pitted on lap 25. But he started 5th. He fell all the way back to 20th.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, he saved and then pitted early and short pitted. So he pitted early and then had the rest of the race to kind of just drive and do whatever he want. So he fell back to 20th and then went as high as 1st. So
a driver that is absolutely talented from Hampton, Virginia. He calls himself a race car driver / yacht broker. He works for the Blue Water Yacht Sales during the week, race car driver during the weekend or whenever he can. And Connor Hall is the winner of the virtual Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200 here tonight. Wow.
And as we take a good look here at results, Jared Fryer, your pole sitter, comes on 2nd. Great run by him as he fell all the way back. Chad McCumbee, how he pulled it off, we did finish 3rd. I'll never know. Lane Riggs comes home 4th. Brendan Queen, dominating performers, because, at one point, Wesley, we were talking about him being the dead last. Isabella Robusto never pitted, comes home 6th. Jessica Can went from 1st to 7th. Peyton Sellers went from 2nd to 8th. Jason Kitzmiller comes home 9th. And Sam Yarborough comes home 1 lap down. Brandon Pierce, after a hard impact into the outside wall, firewall deep, as Wesley called it, he comes home 11th, 1 lap down. And Mason Diaz rounds out your top 12, Wesley.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, no doubt about it, 13th. Carson Quapple, Jacob Borst, and by the way, all these guys a lap down or more to the finish of the race. Andrew Grady in the top 15. Connor Zelich, Ronnie Bassett Jr., Kyle Dudley, Trevor Ward, Landon Pimbleton, top 20. Top 30 will find Bobby McCarty, Minnie Tyrell, Logan Clark at one time up in front, Carter Langley up in front until he hit the wall. Top 25 with Connor Jones, outside pole man. Deke McCaskill had problems, fell out at the end. So did Chase Burrow. Mike Looney, not a good run at the start of things for the, of course, Hayes, Virginia driver. And then it's Blake Stahl and Superman leading at halfway. Not there at the end. Matt Waltz 30th. And that's the way the race ended. Of the 30 drivers here tonight, the race summary of 200 laps, solid overtime finish that went an extra lap, lap 201, 13 cautions for 29 lead changes. Remember, caution laps did not count. That's why there's no caution laps counted in this event. Wow. Yeah. Don't forget, the big one is tomorrow, the big race tomorrow, the real show at South Boston Speedway. The track built back in 1957, America's hometown track. Come out, you and yours, to the races. If not in Virginia, the race will be live for the Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 on Flow Racing. Cody, your final thoughts of the night, buddy?
Man, incredible night of racing. The street stock shot us off tonight, and, man, it was a very entertaining race. We seen Alex Ware lead flag to flag, and Josh Poor put on a dominating performance in 2nd. With battles all over. The mini stock race, Wesley, still probably my favorite race. It was kind of a nail biter there towards the end, but we've seen good racing there all the way around. And then the big 200 race, man, 29 lead changes. That's very good for a virtual AI race. I mean, you probably won't ever see that in real life, but 13 cautions. We've seen some incredible. We've seen Brendan. We've seen some really good, and And in real life, you wouldn't want to say really good wrecks, but for that being virtual, we've seen some really good wrecks to be computer-generated people. So Brandon Pierce going firewall deep, as you said. We've seen just kind of, one-off here and there. The first half of the race was kind of pretty crazy with 5-6 laps there in caution, 5-6 laps in caution. But then there towards the end, we got a long green flag run, tires started coming in, and then we started seeing, who had the better strategy and who didn't.
In my opinion, great race, but the battle, in my opinion, was between Connor Hall and Chad McCumbee when they were door slamming one another off that restart. Lap after lap for at least a handful of laps. And, I always said the cliche, it's one thing to run somebody down. It's another thing to get around them. And, man, that come to fruition, no doubt for sure, here tonight when it's all said and done. Hampton, Virginia's Connor Hall, Jared Fryer from Greenville, North Carolina, Chad McCumbee from Mullen, South Carolina. That's the podium when it's all said and done in the virtual drive that was tonight's Thunder Road Harley Davidson AI 200 here at virtual South Boston Speedway on iRacing, America's #1 iRacing simulation. Thanks for checking us out on Elevated TV Esports, of course. Follow them on Facebook and Discord, and you'll never know whenever Cody will whip up something next. I know we're going into July, the mid-race in July, obviously, after this one, is that second race of the Virginia Triple Crown. That's the Hampton Heat 200, and you heard Cody kind of say, I'm trying to put something together to do something like this. So, Cody, man, it was a fun one tonight for sure.
Oh, yeah, and, it's hard to do these, on the weekends, and that's why I do a lot of it during the week because I know Wesley goes real announcing and does a lot of. You never know where Wesley is. That's why he does Where's Wesley. And then myself, real racing the month of July. I mean, we race on the Thursday of the July 4th. We're running the Roval at Anderson, and then the following weekend we race the Oval at Anderson. And then the following weekend, we're running Friday at Kilcare in Dayton, Ohio. And then we're running Shady Bowl and Shady Bowl Speedway that Saturday. And then the following weekend, I'm off, but I'm taking the kids to the zoo. So I got a busy month of July, but we're going to try to maybe squeeze another race in there for me and Wesley to come in here and put on a show for you guys. We might even try to do a weekly series show one week and just do a midweek weekly series and have a bunch of different races and me and Wesley come in here and have a ball with it and show Wesley the different AI stuff that we do on the channel. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it, man. It was a fun time. Luckily, I had a off Friday night announcing for NASCAR at America's favorite bull ring, Wake County Speedway, and it was awesome for you to give me the invite to come up here. And we were supposed to have done yesterday and today, or Wednesday and Thursday. Our schedules got out of compass, cattywampus, if you will, and it just said, hey, maybe it's just better. Let's just do Friday night, one night only, knock everything out. The only thing you missed was going to be the 4 15-lap heat races, and that was it.
You'd missed the 4 15-lap heat races, and then we had a 30-lap street stock and a 20-lap mini stock race just for like some prelim nights.
We ran them, though.
Yeah, but we moved the street stock race.
We ran it.
We moved the street stock race to tonight, and we added 20 laps to the street stock race, and we added 10 laps to the mini stock race to give you a better show. So.
Well, I thought it was fun to be done in under 3 hours. We definitely enjoyed it. Again, Elevated Sports, Elevated TV Esports on social media, Facebook, and, of course, on Discord. Archives will be up of this race very, very soon. And, again, the big show, the big race tomorrow, the real boys of the late model stocks. Of course, the AI world of simulation and iRacing makes it look like it's so damn real. But the real show tomorrow night, the 2024 edition of the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200 at South Boston Speedway will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be live at the racetrack or on Flow Racing. For Cody Deemers, this is Wesley Outland thanking you and yours for joining us. Congratulations to Connor Hall, in my opinion, the dominating man of late model racing, virtual or reality, winning here tonight at South Boston in the virtual AI Thunder Road Harley-Davidson 200. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy 4th of July next week, and God bless America.